We are live on FA Cup final day. We're live on YouTube and on Twitch. This is Radio Tekkers bringing you the FA Cup final between Liverpool and Chelsea live. Alrighty, Radio Tekkers. This is the FA Cup final between Chelsea and Liverpool from Wembley. We're not at Wembley, but you know what I mean. I am Magnificent Matt West, and I am joined today on Radio Tekkers by my amazing co-host from Good Cop, Bad Cop in both iterations. Graham, how are you, sir?
Oh, I'm excited for this one. I'm really excited. This was the FA Cup final for me was something that, as a boy, in England, I used to watch every year. I could tell you like the scores, the scorers, and once I moved to the States, obviously it's not such a big thing at all. And kind of over the last 20 years, it kind of dropped off a little bit for me. Since I've got ESPN Plus, they show all the games now, so it's been something that's easier to keep up with. So yeah, kind of last 3-4 years, I guess my love's kind of grown for it again, but. It's Liverpool. It's part of the quadruple. Probably more likely to travel, if anything.
It's more like a treble now, unfortunately. But as we mentioned on Tekkers recently as well, this Liverpool side are one of only two teams in English history to have played every game possible. The other one, Liverpool in 2000-2001 season. So that's a pretty good pedigree they've got there, of course. We've got Connor Kate in the chat already saying good morning to Matt and Graham. Good morning to you two, sir. It is early in America compared to over here. And Micah Pellegrini is saying, Graham, can you boo Matt for me? Little spoiler for Good Cop, Bad Cop coming out tomorrow on Video Global Media, of course. But we'll see how things go, of course, because obviously we're both big Liverpool fans, of course. But I will be trying to show I'm biased throughout, he said, draped in red. Comic Cave is saying that Forest are 2-up on Sheffield United. Graham, you're from that sort of neck of the woods. Yep. Nottingham Forest, of course. What do you remember from memory of them?
As a Liverpool fan, it was kind of, I would say, in the 80s in high school, Liverpool was the big team. Being from that area, Nottingham Forest was the big team. I might have been an occasional Derby County fan, but not very many. Most of my friends at school would have been Nottingham Forest fans, and unfortunately, some of them were actually at Hillsborough in 1989 as well. So, yeah, there's definitely a connection there. I still have a lot of friends on Facebook who are following that game closely. People who can't be there, who've already mentioned no spoilers, and yeah, certainly the crowd from where I came from originally, they'll definitely be rooting for Nottingham Forest for the main part.
I apologise for any growling in the background, by the way. That is my mother-in-law's dog Cody, who is half German Shepherd, half Husky, who likes to howl occasionally in the background. So he's not. Think of someone booing me. It's fine. Michael Pellegrini is also saying he's a Liverpool fan too. As I remember, of course, you were on with me for the Milan game, that brilliant 3-2 game back in September, of course. So we should probably get to lineups. And of course, Graham, we've got obviously it's Chelsea, of course, and they've got Mendy in goal, Chalobah, Silva, and Rudiger at the back. Rudiger's already announced he's going to Real Madrid in the summer, so that's a big loss for Chelsea. You've got Reece James and Alonso on the flanks, and you've got Kovacic and Jorginho in the middle, Mount, Lukaku, and Pulisic up front. It's good to see Pulisic back in the side. I think he adds a lot to them. Certainly the American audience have adopted Chelsea in a way as their big player in the Premier League, because he is probably the best player in the Premier League. Would that be fair assessment in America?
Possibly.
I was going to say that we're currently watching the FA Cup being brought out onto the pitch in the UK. The actual trophy and the original trophy have been brought out side by side, draped in red and blue ribbons. So that's a nice bit for both sides there. And of course, the Liverpool side of things, of course, which we're very accustomed with, of course, Alisson Becker in goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold at right back, Konate and Van Dijk again in midfield. Konate, when he'd been playing, Liverpool never lost. Robertson at left back, Henderson captain the side with Thiago and Keita alongside him, and Luis Diaz, Salah, and Mane up top. Bear in mind the plethora of talent in that front line, Graham. Do you think that was an easy decision to go with that front three today, or would you have been tempted to go with Jota?
No, I think you got to put Diaz ahead of Jota right now. I would say whenever the roles have been reversed and he's come on as a sub, he's been the game changer. So I think for a final, you got to put in your strongest team, and I think it makes perfect sense that they would put Diaz on the left. I think most of the other positions are pretty self-picked as well. That stat you give about Konate, I heard you mention that on the last episode as well. Now, considering that the whole team's only lost 2 games in the Premier League this season and they've made it through to cup finals, it's perhaps not such an impressive stat. There's probably most people on that team.
The stat is actually not the same one, Graham, unfortunately. The stat used to be they've won every game he's played. Now, because they didn't win the last game, it's now they haven't lost.
Not lost.
Every game.
Not lost.
So
correct.
Now it's just dropped down to that one, of course. A bird of me is bellowing out around Wembley at the moment, which is obviously a hymn, of course, and it's not why it always makes me cry because it was at my auntie's funeral as well. But I first became aware from the FA Cup, so when I heard that, I just looked like floods of tears. It always gets a tear in my eye. Do you ever see anything to about me? Was obviously the FA Cup. We used to coverage for hours before the game started, wasn't it, in the old days?
Oh, sure, yeah, it would be. Well, the game would normally be 3:00, and grandstand would kick in probably around 12, and pretty much they're going straight to that. They might jump in and out for the horse racing, but yeah, it would probably be 3-hour coverage, kind of similar to what the Super Bowl is right now. You can expect hours and hours of pre-coverage, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. So the reason why they got the original FA Cup there is because it's the 150th year of the FA Cup. Obviously took a break during the wars, of course, but 150 years since the first FA Cup. Kind of a big deal this year. Corey Cave is saying kickoff is at 11:45 Eastern Time. Still here in the studio on ESPN Plus, which is of course what Graham is watching. ESPN Plus, obviously in America. John Chapman and Taylor Twillman are in the commentary there. Over here, it's on ITV and BBC. It's on completely free-to-air TV in the United Kingdom. So watch along with them. Listen along to us. We're way more interesting.
When you were talking about the FA Cups being brought out, I just took a quick look up at the screen. They were promoting the La Liga schedule for tomorrow. So very, very different.
Very different fields. Very different
depending on
fields,
which screen, which side of the Atlantic you're on.
Because of course, the BBC, of course, is playing its 100th year this year as well. So that I think the radio has shown has done every FA Cup final since radio went live in 1922. So 1923 maybe the first one was done. So that's a long time coming. The players start to come out now. Salah is the last one to leave the tunnel. The flames and the pyrotechnics explode. It's so nice to see an FA Cup final with the entire stadium full again.
I'm going to guess you're about a minute ahead of me because right now they're still just lining up. They've literally just come into that area getting ready.
We tend to be ahead of you guys a little bit because of satellite delay, yes.
Henderson's just walking now, so yeah, probably about 40 seconds ahead.
The smoke that is pouring out of Wembley at the moment, it's literally just smoke and red smoke and flames out the top of Wembley. That's quite a unique picture to see. I wouldn't... If I didn't know the FA Cup final happening, I'd be worried it might be on fire. But it's that amount of flames coming out. And of course,
it looks very un-FA Cup-like to me. It looks more like the kind of the Olympic opening ceremony.
To be fair, they always do this sort of thing usually. And of course, they have the national anthem played, of course, as well. And Prince William, the chairman of the FA, is there, of course, the president. United, of course. One of the people from the Big C podcast. She's end of life care. We wish her well. But she'll be ordained by the future King of England at her home, which I've never seen happen before. I can make you saying, why is the FA Cup final being played on a Saturday, not a Sunday? Because it has always been played on a Saturday, Mr. McCabe. In fact, the League Cup is played on a Sunday, but the FA Cup always been a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from when it used to go to a replay, that was back in the dark old years when the replays used to happen on a Tuesday night.
Mm-hmm.
Usually at the same ground, but in the other later on, it went to Villa Park for the replay, kind of a come down from Wembley. What's your earliest memory of the FA Cup, Graham?
Earliest memory? I do remember Brighton against Manchester United in '83 very clearly, but I have little memories of the '81 FA Cup final as well with Tottenham. So
yes.
'81 was probably the first one. I don't remember much, but I remember little pieces. But the '83 one I remember much better.
I, of course, removed my hat at this point as they are about to play the national anthem. Not sure who's singing it. Oh, it's deafening. It's wonderful to hear a national anthem blow out. I just wish we could play it live on the air. We're not allowed to because then we will get a strike and it'll be pointless doing the stream. Trent Alexander-Arnold is singing it very loudly, and Prince William looking very proud of singing it. Mason Mount's happy. All the English players are doing a good job. That carpet looks absolutely filthy now. People are walking all over it, by the way. Right, so what we'll do, Graham, is when it gets to kickoff itself, we will pause. We are about 3 minutes from kickoff, as we have the anti-war in Ukraine message, peace, being displayed, and obviously, as we have said many times here on Radio Tekkers, obviously we proudly stand with Ukraine, and we want this all to be resolved quickly and as bloodlessly as possible. And we'll leave that at that.
Are you doing predictions? It's not long before kick.
Well, I usually one being asked the questions. I'm not one in the host chair for these sort of things.
It's all right. I can be pretend Tanner today.
Well, you are American, sir. So what's
y'all picks for today then?
My pick. I actually said this to Chris earlier. It's ambitious, but 3-0 Liverpool full time.
Okay. Chelsea have actually been in 5 of the last 6 finals, so I'm going to say they have a pretty good pedigree in this tournament for sure.
They have been, but they've lost most of them.
I saw trending on Twitter was 3-1 Liverpool. Now, to begin with, I read that. I was like, oh, people are predicting Liverpool to win. But then the other part of the tweet was Chelsea 3, Liverpool 1. And actually, Twitter seemed to be kind of split. But it was interesting that that was even trending 3-1. I don't know. I think there's going to be goals for this one. There's been a lot of 2-1s between Liverpool and Chelsea in previous history. So I'm going to go 2-1 Liverpool.
I think that it all depends on if or not Reece James can handle Luis Diaz. He's the key here. Luis Diaz has been explosive. He's reignited Liverpool season, and it's hard to see if Thiago and Diaz are on song. No defense can cope with that.
Yeah.
Oh. And the pitch has been cleared of all the pre-game pageantry as Chris Paulson, our referee, is ready for Jorginho and Henderson to toss the coin. Klopp and Tuchel embrace as the singer makes her way up to the royal box. Very nice.
I can actually hear your commentary coming through, Matt, a little bit. When the anthem was being played, I could hear it as well.
I've got it as low as I can get it.
And that's me being as deaf as well. I'm like, if I can hear it.
Your words, that one thing.
Oh. I will readily admit my hearing is not as good as it should be.
Put my hat back on.
Yeah, you can put that on now.
Klopp's
got his hat on, and so was the Chelsea boss, so you're good.
Okay.
Do you have any bets on for this match?
I have no bets on this game.
Okay.
I have no bets on this game. The players are standing ready to, I believe, take the knee. as the players now all take the knee here in the UK. We remind you all, of course, that there is no room for racism in any walk of life, including football. Report racism if you see it at football. As we now have kickoff here, so I'll pause for Graham. So let me know when you have kickoff, Graham, and I'll on pause.
I think it's about 40 seconds. So. Yeah, they've not even taken a knee yet, so...
yeah, so it's usually close to a satellite, about 30, 40 seconds behind, usually.
All right, they're just getting down for a knee right now.
Yeah.
So you want as soon as the ball's kicked?
Yeah.
Go. That was a bit quicker than I was expecting. Suddenly Lukaku was there, and I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, so the ball is launched forward towards Alonso, who was that far forward. And Canate cleared it back out to Keita, who flicked it forward of a head to Mane, and now he has to Thiago. This is sort of a quick vein of pace. If you're just joining us, Radio Tekkers, welcome. Feel free to throw your predictions in the chat. We will read them out on air. As Salah passed it back to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe here, Radio Tekkers, if you are new. We've just gone past our 100 subscribers. We have our magical little URL, so you can go straight to a channel without needing to click on links sometimes, which is great for checking out stuff in the archive like Chain Wrestling and 5 rounds and things of that ilk. As the ball goes out of play for a Chelsea throw in their own corner position.
That was more like a rugby move, where you kick it right into the corner, hand them back in. Hopefully they can get them. It's been very frantic at the start. Nobody's having any time on the ball at all. As soon as you got it, they're being closed straight down. So I'm sure that's going to happen for the first few minutes.
They're probably going to be high octane for sure. I mean, I've been to a football match here. I went to a game before the World Cup, Graham, in 2018, and it was. The sun was unbelievable. It was so hot that day. We were playing. I believe they were playing Jamaica or someone, and England won 2-1. I think it was, and it was. But the sun was just in your face the entire day. Even with a cap on, I had to go like that whole way through the game, so I didn't enjoy it. It's not been done very well on that side of things. Conor in the chat is saying next season I'm going to follow Fulham closely just because of the Americans Tim Team and Antoine Robertson. I've got to admit, I don't know much about Fulham's team, apart from the fact they've been winning games at Atlanta at times this season, but they've been playing in a championship position. When they go up against Premier League opposition, let's see how good Fulham just do, shall we? Let's not forget that Mr. Khan is now spread himself extremely thin with all his different franchises he now owns. Better to have one thing and do it really, really well.
I can't see their star striker getting as many goals next year.
Mitrovic.
Yeah, it was.
No, he's not.
Did he get 40 in the end. It was a high number.
He's not a Premier League striker, Graham.
No, I'm sure that probably one of the worst kept secrets as well. One of Fulham's current players will be signing for Liverpool, and it'll be announced probably in the next few days as well.
Indeed. Talking about signings, of course. So it was announced this week, of course, that Aston Villa have signed former Liverpool midfielder Philippe Coutinho on a permanent deal. Yep. Which Villa didn't want to reveal how much it was, and then 5 minutes later, Barca blasted it out all over Twitter, saying, "Yeah, it's for 20 million euros."
I think that's a bargain for a player of that quality. Considering you had a chance to see what he was like, and yeah, he still has it. You don't get that quality of player for that little amount of money in the current game.
Best part about it is, Graham, as well, Liverpool got 10% off the signing fee.
Ah.
Because it was in the contract. If they sign them on, we get 10%. As sub forward for Diaz, and he's jostling with Christensen.
You mentioned Rudiger's leaving earlier. Did you see his release clause? Considering I think he's 29 years old right now. His release clause is 320 million, I think it said, or around that figure.
That's on that figure.
That's a crazy number.
Yes, you need Diaz.
Oh,
very close to being retrieved by Trent Alexander-Arnold. I will just say, I have to drop into a chat. Important message here from Chris _BFC_ our roving reporter. After that, won't be sure to have a good stream. Indeed, we're very thinking of you, Chris, and your dad at this very difficult time. Take care of yourself, mate. Okay, just keep in touch, all right? Oh, it was so close from Diaz. The great ball, of course, from Diaz. Great ball from Diaz. And
Is that
Thiago.
Matip? Oh, Thiago.
Thiago was so... Matip's weak going forward this year, Graham, but he's not starting.
That's what I was like. I was like, is that Matip forward? I could not see who it was first. And I
They got him in the haircut. Yeah. But that's an early warning shot from Diaz across the bow.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It does seem to be a thing in France and Spain, putting those ridiculous, or particularly Spain, putting in those ridiculous release clauses. I don't... Just an insane amount of money. Like, no one's going to pay that.
It's done to scare people off.
I don't understand the point anyway. If you have a contract, you have a contract. And if your contract runs out, then your contract runs out. I don't even understand the...
It's when people don't buy them out of their contract.
I guess.
Salah is deflected and it go behind for a corner. Salah's checking on Jorginho, who's gone down and he's stayed down.
I think the ball hit him in the face from the way he's holding it, from where his hands are.
Jorginho is the captain today in lieu of
straight in the face. Yeah.
Salah, so that's
put the ball in.
He helped to his feet by the referee and by Mo Salah. Of course, with concussion rules now being such that they do take a lot more care of things. But Liverpool have a corner, and as I mentioned on a regular basis this season, Liverpool are the top scoring team from corners this season. Trent are going over the ball. Thiago is the short option. From Trent, ball goes in deep, cleared out, and it's recovered by Thiago.
I thought that was a poor corner. I thought that was a poor corner. You said that was deep. That didn't even get to the penalty spot. All the defenders were at the back, and you needed to make sure that got over all those people. I did not think they were marking very tight, though, Matt. Like, Jordan Henderson was free. Like, you expect a defender to be on his shoulder, like jostling with him. He had a free run. So that's something where they can definitely capitalize later if they're going to give him chances like that. Give it to Virgil van Dijk, give it to Matip, let them take some runs on those Chelsea defenders. We know Trent.
Konate's been very good from corners this year as well.
Sure.
I think he scored every goal he scored a bit from a corner, which doesn't sound unusual, but free kicks obviously can come into it sometimes as well. But no, all from corners from Konate. And that's a great run there from Luis Diaz into the box again.
Oh, just
behind Salah that time. Henderson will retrieve it, knocks it back to Trent. Back to Trent, dinks it in, and over. It's headed back to the goalkeeper from Reece James.
And I won't be saying Matip anymore since he's not even playing. That'd be kind of pointless. I keep forgetting. I'm so used to seeing Matip in the centre. I keep forgetting it's Konate today.
He has a very good season, though, Graham. He's so injury free, and he's got this new thing to his game where he'll just charge forward. Does a great job. Does a great job. Of course, it's the only game outside of playoff matches today, because all league games are happening on Sunday. I remember a few years ago, the FA Cup was happening at 5:30.
Great ball to Diaz.
Great ball to Diaz. I'm so sorry. Diaz is in.
Oh,
saved well, and it's just cleared away before Salah can get to it, and it falls for Keita. But wide.
There just wasn't enough momentum on that shot from Diaz. It was kind of moving towards the goal, but just
the ball through to Diaz was great. I didn't see who to put the ball through.
Trent. It was Trent, I think, with a corner outside of his right foot.
Oh my word, that's outrageous. He was right to take a shot on, in my opinion.
It squirted through the keeper a little bit, and it just didn't quite get to Mo Salah either. But there was a couple of chances there. Saved with his feet in the end.
Good save by Mendy.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a couple of let-offs already here, which means, of course, they're going to take the lead here now, Chelsea. That's the way it goes.
Oh, in slow motion, that's agonizing for Mo. He's so close to that.
Yeah,
he can smell it, but he just can't get there. Oh, and it looks like, is that Jorginho down again?
I don't think it's Jorginho.
Oh, no, it's not. It's Thiago Silva.
That's Thiago Silva. It's okay. You didn't think it was, and then stick by it. It's for you, Chris. After last year where he thought it was Reece James in front of Cesar as the Quetta. And
well, as he was down earlier, I wondered if it'd taken another knock again.
well,
I didn't even see anything.
At least that was a fair estimate, at least.
I didn't see anything with Thiago though to make him go down.
It looks like he took a fair knock because they put the ice on it.
Yeah, you can tell from his facial expression.
He's not happy. He could. It could be.
Good.
It could be. We're not even 10 minutes into the game, and Thiago Silva's game may be done. He's had some water. He's trying to sit up. They're showing the crowd right now. They're in full voice, twirling their scarves. Chelsea fans are quite so happy. They're quite concerned. Thiago, get back to his feet. We're seeing it now. What happened here? Let's have a look. It's Chalobah back there.
Oh, he caught Thiago on the knee.
Chalobah kicks him in the knee.
Yeah.
Completely accidental, of course.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that's gonna smart. That's gonna smart for Thiago. But complete accident from his teammate Chalobah there.
You had to go for the ball.
Absolutely,
you had to clear that out.
Absolutely,
you can't go in. You can't only go half-hearted on that one.
Absolutely. And Thiago still would say the same thing, of course.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Thiago is up. I think he's going to have on the sideline wait to come on. As many launched it downfield, and Thiago waited to come back on, which is good. Thiago still good for him. Canate clears it out to Trent, and there's just no pressing from Chelsea. Well, they're starting to a bit now, but the Chelsea don't press though like Liverpool do they?
No. I'm sure they don't
Mane
challenging down energy as well. It's only 10 minutes into the game.
True, but it's also drummed into Liverpool's DNA nowadays, pretty much that you press for 90 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Van Dijk had Robertson, who's had a poor couple of games by his own high standards, and Tsimikas came on from the other day, and at times that shone. In the comeback game against Villa, we needed to as well. Thiago with that heel and almost put Diaz in. Oh, and that Menu were very, very assured of himself touch there. Liverpool's press has got on playing keep ball at the back between the defenders.
They're not making it easy for him, no matter what part of the field. They're not going full press, but they're not giving them any room either. They're not making them there are no easy passes out from defense right now.
Nope. Keita.
Defense.
Mane
Go on, Diaz.
Puts Diaz in nicely. Mo's waiting for it. So is Mane. Diaz put onto his right foot. Back out now to Robertson, looking deep for Keita.
Knocked it back to Salah.
For Alexander-Arnold. And it's closed down very, very quickly by Chelsea. It's going to go out for a throw, I believe.
Yep.
That's very good defensive work by Marcos Alonso. It goes back to Henderson. The shadow is so bad, they take the camera a few moments to actually adjust itself.
Liverpool are creating more chances than I thought they would in the first 15 minutes. Like they don't think.
I could be wrong here, but I don't think Chelsea have had a touch in the Liverpool box yet.
I don't think they have.
Which is great. Which is good if you are a Liverpool fan, of course.
Whereas Mane's just had another touch inside the box.
Wins the corner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the defenders look like they're sucking in some air right there. They're having to work hard the start. Those Liverpool players are moving around as well. And now you've got to deal with those big defenders coming up for the corner.
Yeah, Van Dijk comes forward, so does Canate. Robertson will be on halfway. Striker in the short option. Trent delivering the corner on the right side. I'll come back for Trent, who keeps it, who throws it in. Not off my throw. Great work by Mane, keeping it in play. Van Dijk still forward.
Mm-hmm. Chelsea ran that corner, but a goal kick. Managed to play it off.
We're not playing Norwich because we're playing Chelsea. They're in away colours, yes. They're in away colours because Liverpool is the home side. Plus Chelsea are showing off next season's away shirt. This is what they do all the time, Chelsea. They will hold the defenders there, and then he'll send them forward to waste time. Are Chelsea really starting to time waste in 15 minutes in? I hope not. Canati with another header. Salah, Mane, Henderson, long for Diaz.
Diaz is through again.
Flag has now gone up. It's a bit faster than it does in the Premier League sometimes, but I don't like this whole wait and see if they score before you put the flag up. That just ruins it for me. If you can tell, then do it already.
Chelsea being forced just to pass sideways again amongst the back. They've got no options ahead of them. They just cannot get the ball to the midfield at all right now.
And that's what we've got Fabinho's out injured, and that's why Henderson's come in. But Henderson obviously very good at marshalling that midfield. He's the club captain. Knows exactly what he's doing. And Mark to try to give him a bit of width right now, Chelsea. And Pulisic is now down the left side. Can I just come across with him? And it's already been pushed back to halfway almost with Rudiger and Thiago Silva, who tries to find Reece James and does. Ball goes forward. Has a touch in the box.
Well,
just right by Pulisic.
I thought that was a hand from Lukaku, to be honest. I wonder if that's Lukaku's first touch since the kickoff.
Yes.
I don't think he's had a ball anywhere near him.
It is indeed.
That's his arm.
That is a handball.
Yeah.
Lukaku.
He had his arm out. You could see that it wasn't off his chest. So it wouldn't have counted. So yeah, I don't think he's had a touch with his feet.
VAR would have ruled it out. But
yes.
Liverpool, as they win possession high up the pitch, Chelsea. And that's a foul given against Thiago.
Mm-hmm.
Thiago had a couple of scrappy games in terms of his tackling, but he gets stuck in, and he got the player. He got the player. He did get the player, but one could argue.
He was off his feet as well. It was great. That should be a yellow.
It should be yellow. Is it given?
I don't think it was. I think he just gave the free kick. Yeah.
He
jumped up but it was both feet as well. He landed before he got to the player, but it was...
Reece James over this, ready to whip it in. Remember the days when midfielders used to take free kicks, Graham? No, it's wing backs.
Yeah. Yeah.
The days of Beckham and Giggs taking was long gone now.
Mm-hmm.
And yet Ronaldo takes them all the time, go figure. And Alonso whips it in, and Alisson Becker doesn't even move. He just puts his hands up and catches it. Makes it look so effortless. And it's bowled out quickly. And Liverpool looking to set Salah away.
Not really convincingly cleared by Chelsea. I think it's a throw for Liverpool right on that right-hand side, pretty close.
Throw for England. Of course, last time you were on the show, Graham, was for the England game last year, of course.
Yeah, there's been no goals while I've been on Radio Tekkers.
Well, today that has to change at some point.
You would hope so. Well, the penalties.
The ball has to be in the net at some point.
That is true. Game. The ball will be in the net. I think if it stayed that, it would say 0-0 though, and then whoever team wins on penalties. I don't think it would.
To be fair, the EFL Cup, which we covered here on Tekkers, which Liverpool started, as Mane put the cross.
Oh.
Diaz will hunt down the other side, just a bit too much power. Reece James defending.
It was a good ball in.
Very good ball in.
Mane's
come to life in this last 5-10 minutes. It's good. Canati with another header, and then let Van Dijk marshal it. That's the thing. Canati has got Van Dijk beside him, so he can take a few more chances. Liverpool win the free kick and take it quickly.
They're not going to let you take that. He's still talking to the defender.
Try to take
the defender doesn't think. It's Jorginho. He doesn't think he did anything wrong, but it looked like he went right through the back of.
The stats on the screen is Liverpool have had 5 attempts, 1 on target, none for Chelsea at all.
Sounds about right.
Because the ball back for the handball against Lukaku, so that shot by Pulisic doesn't even count to stats, which also means that technically Lukaku hadn't had a touch yet. As Mane!
A
header out from Mendy. That's inventive.
Yeah. He had to. He was outside his box.
Absolutely. Well, this is a brave man who got to get the Mount in the air. Of course, when we come to the EFL Cup back in February, and Mendy seems to have hurt himself.
Looks like he's holding his ankle.
Mm. Looks like he come down on it, maybe.
He kind of jumped to avoid Mane.
Or it does twist as he getting your balance a little bit.
The interesting thing was after he landed, he started walking back towards his goal. Like there was no reaction. Sometimes like they'll put their hands up straight away, so he could move, but probably painful still. So
it looks like looking at the bench, and of course it's Kepa and Balaga on the bench.
Yeah.
The man, of course, who they brought on from Mendy in the EFL Cup final and cost them the EFL Cup.
Yeah. Yep.
She covered right here on Tekkers, of course. We're seeing some pearly queens in the crowd. And his cater.
A lot of space out on that left again.
Look at that room for Robertson. Robertson went direct and is behind onto the athletic track.
I'm okay with Robertson going for that one there. Like it keeps them guessing because you assume he's going to pass to Diaz, and so did the defenders because they kind of stepped off a little bit.
Robertson can hit one, and that's the thing is there's goals all over the pitch for Liverpool today. So if you close one off, there's no one right behind you, sort of thing. As the press and Chelsea are dummying the Liverpool front line. That's risky, but it paid off on that occasion.
Well, he got away with it this time, but I'm quite happy for them to keep doing that.
Yeah, because eventually
got to work every time if you're going to do that.
Yeah.
Free kick.
Foul given on that for that tackle by Thiago, who's had a couple now. He's got to be he's one away from yellow, I feel now.
Yeah, he should have already had a yellow. So yeah.
He's on borrowed time from the cards for sure. Of course, we've got a little bit of quietness in the action. To remind everyone who's watching, of course, don't forget to join me and Tanner tomorrow for West Ham Man City. Crucial game in the race for the title and the race for the Europa League spots for both the home team and the away team. And of course, next Sunday on Tekkers, where we're covering all 10 games, or the final day of the Premier League season. Who's win the title, who's going down, who's going in Europe, and who is not. All here on Tekkers. Oh my goodness!
Right across the face of goal.
Pulisic again, he's a danger man. Like I said, he's trying to form at the right time to start today. The ball come across to him, and it just dribbled past the far post. Aggie, ball launched forward. Trying to hook to Robertson, he makes a rare mistake.
Robertson overcommitted a little bit.
Mason Mount and Pulisic and side foots it, and he's wheeling away in celebration already. And we have a player now down in the middle of the park. It's Henderson.
Lukaku was not happy that he didn't let the ball go through to him. You could see the immediate reaction. Obviously, as a striker, that you always want to expect the ball, but that's going to hurt.
Jorginho's gone for it fairly. But studs on top of boots, not fun. Not fun at all. Liverpool with a throw on halfway. But already halfway through the first half, and it's been an exciting one so far. Of course, no Fabinho, of course, today he is out injured, unfortunately. He would have loved to have been part of this game. Of course, as Graham mentioned earlier to me, it's been how long since Liverpool won the FA Cup at Wembley, Graham?
It's been 30 years, as a Manchester United troll was asking. How long is it since Liverpool's won at Wembley? Of course, they won at the Millennium Stadium, but
yes, we had. Although a lot put out last time we were in a fight at Wembley was 2-3 months ago.
Of course,
it's quite nice because Man United don't look like anywhere near a final at the moment.
Yeah, it was kind of ironic that they were making fun of things like that. But hey, you got to grasp at straws right now. But yeah, 30 years. At
straws is something, all right. Thiago I thought he was going to pick up a booking there. He stepped in, thankfully, the Chelsea man's gone down. No foul given. Launched forward towards Mo Salah, who beautifully keeps it in play, up against Marcus Alonso, who is tracking Salah very, very well.
Yeah, that final from 30 years ago, 2-0 against Sunderland. And I was saying to you earlier, an absolutely cracking first goal from Michael Thomas. I do not remember that final at all.
I don't like Michael Thomas.
I was still surprised he was still with Liverpool. I'd kind of lost track of sort of his career. I just don't. There's certain players like I don't remember exactly what years they were between, but in my head, I didn't think he was there in '92.
Yeah, there are some people who may not be aware of who Michael Thomas is. Michael Thomas is a player who played for Liverpool, but before he played for Liverpool, he played for Arsenal.
Yeah.
And he ended up scoring the winning goal, which meant that Arsenal won the old First Division instead of Liverpool in 1989. Liverpool hadn't lost at home all season. Liverpool had to lose by 2 clear goals to lose the championship to Arsenal. And in the 90th minute, Arsenal scored to make it 2-0. I
remember crying. I remember vividly crying watching that game. I just could not believe it. I took it very personally.
My brother, to this day, sends me a YouTube video every day on the 26th of May saying Happy Michael Thomas Day. Thing is, it's not done quite so much recent time because Liverpool won the league since then. So
yeah.
So and also Liverpool won everything since then. Let's face it, it's lots of it is verbosity now, thankfully. As Thiago played the ball square to Henderson, Thiago is pushed over there, but the referee has noted it, but will let play go on, but has noted it. Jorginho played a yellow card momentarily. Ball goes back, all back to Mendy and the other end of the game. At least not been a boring first 25 minutes, Graham.
No, it's not at all. No, we're obviously as Liverpool fans, we're hoping to see that style we've come used to, and even if it's a cup final, they're still playing the way that we want to see them play.
This is it.
And
ball put behind Lukaku to Pulisic. Pulisic is now running with the ball, and play it through to Marcus Alonso, and it's saved by Alisson Becker at the near post. Very good goalkeeping by a confident Brazilian.
It was kind of easy to get his position in there, but he came out quickly and they made it look easy in the
Salah,
end.
Mane to Diaz. Dancing and weaving this way and that.
Diaz has been a little bit quiet the last 10 minutes. And those first 15, it was chance after chance after chance. And it might just be that Chelsea are marking him a little tighter now. Oh, Alisson's holding his knee. I don't know if he picked up an injury in that save there.
I think he may have got banged a little bit. The ball being played back to Alisson now.
I don't think he wants to kick it. He's put his hand up. Pass. You need to. I think they realised.
Injuries to goalkeepers usually result in.
Yeah, the referee stopped it. He's coming over.
Referee stops the game usually.
He pulled his sock down as well, so it's that right leg.
Yeah, keepers going down just to have it looked at here. I imagine it's the follow through from Marcus Alonso.
Probably, yeah. He
He's
timed it perfectly. Oh, yeah.
Oh, into the knee, yeah.
Ouch. The ball got away from him just a little bit, and then he's off balance. It took him straight into Becker after he got his shoulder.
Not intentional at all.
No, not at all.
The ball from Pulisic was exquisite.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Becker's kind of diving into him as well, so
he's making it as big as he can. So, yeah, absolutely making it as big as he can. He's a great save. Liverpool's number 2, of course, and for goal is Calvin Kelleher, and Alisson looks in absolute agony.
Yep.
I think he's taking his gloves off.
No,
he's not. He's just tightening them at the time. Yeah, so out the deep heat is out.
I don't know if you could see that. It looked like on his leg. It did look like that there was blood. So I don't know if the stud got through. It could easily be dirt. My sense of color is obviously not great either. But
It looked
there was
like dirt
definitely
to
some
me,
dirt.
but-
There was definitely a mark on his leg for sure.
Indeed. It looks like they're going to strap him up and get him to half time at least. But yeah, Alonso's then put his other foot down on top of the leg. But again, it's just momentum.
Yeah, there's nothing deliberate there at all.
Not at all, no.
You can see on the replay, Alisson's hopping immediately and immediately put his hand up. See, that's what surprised me with Mendy. When that injury with Mendy, like, he didn't put his hand up. You normally know for the keepers, like, they immediately put their hand up straight away.
We're Taffarel's got Kelleher warming up just in case. It's always good to keep your number 2 ready. Of course, he is the hero from the EFL Cup win here against Chelsea, when he scored the penalty and Kepa didn't, of course. But it looks like Alisson's going to continue, which is great news for Liverpool and for Alisson, of course.
Oh, Matt, I realised when you told your story about seeing a football game at Wembley that I forgot to tell you about the football game that I saw at Wembley. I've seen 2 actually from memory. One was the Dolphins versus the Giants, which was the first NFL football game that was ever held in England.
That's quite a big deal, to be fair.
It was quite a big deal. So it was a facetious one. And then I was going to say that's the only one I've seen. And then actually I remembered when I was in secondary school, we actually took a field trip down to go and see, I don't know if it was the under 16s, under 18s. One of the goalkeepers who was representing the England team was from the town where my school was. So he was kind of like a locally known boy, and we went to go and see that. So yeah, I've actually seen 2. I've seen a soccer and I've seen a football game at Wembley.
Conor McCabe in the chat is putting his prediction in, which says Liverpool win in penalties after a 0-0 draw in full and extra time possible. We have Salah down injured now. No fans don't look quite so happy about this one.
I think you got to save extra time and penalties for when you got Ori waiting.
The
Giants to take out your key players.
We'll be the first time I think we've tried to do that. Let's talk about obviously my fiance Chris is watching the game at the same time, and if you hear in the background, then his comments are usually on the money. To be fair, Jota is coming on. Jota is stripped. Salah's going off.
Oh wow! Oh, that's not good news.
With the trial 2 weeks today.
Sure.
Salah's walking off, so maybe
I'm wondering if he's stripping off precautionary just to kind of warm up rather than
unless he's taking.
Oh no, he's clapping. He's clapping as he's walking off. He's done. You wouldn't be clapping if you were just going to the side for treatment.
Yeah, Jota's coming to the
Jota's coming on.
Jota's coming on for Salah.
Oh wow.
This is huge. When we applaud him, half an hour is all Salah gets. Jota's on. It's a big loss for Liverpool.
Wow. So straight switch, or does Jota play somewhere else and someone?
Jota will go down the middle, in my opinion, or he can play from the right as well.
Mane to the right, then.
Well, what we've seen before at times is we've seen Mane go down the middle, and Jota will stick to the right. Jota's on right at the moment, anyway.
And from the first 30 seconds, that's exactly what's happened. Jota's just replacing Salah.
The ball played through to Pulisic, nice, and Konate blocks it beautifully.
Yep.
And Conor McCabe brings the update from the Championship playoff game. Full-time Nottingham Forest 2, Sheffield 1. Thank you, Connor. So yeah, in the past we've also seen Jota put out to the left and Diaz come across to the right to take Salah's spot. So I wouldn't be surprised if that happened at some point. So yeah, Liverpool all using one of their subs in the first half hour of the game. And with Mo Salah wanting to be involved in that Champions League final in 2 weeks' time, we can't take a risk. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. Mane out to Jota. Back to Trent.
I don't think it's a little knock. He's not coming off if he's just got a little knock. He'll run it off for 5 minutes, or hey, see how it feels. 5 minutes, let us know, and then we can always make a change. Then, if he's gone off straight away, that's not good.
It's not good. No, let's just hope let's just hope that it's not too serious.
You could actually argue that in the recent games that actually Jota's probably been in better form than Salah, certainly in terms of chances created or goal production. Mo's been in a pretty quiet spell. I know he's still leading the Premier League with number of goals, but it's only by 1 right now.
Ball to Thiago. And ball to Jota. Trent. Back to Jota again. Let's not forget, so Salah went down off the ball with no one around him at all. That's not a good say. Doesn't sound good to me. Kanate looking to play the ball forward here. Plays it square to Diogo Jota.
It's a long
on in the middle.
That was a long way out. He tried to get that.
Thiago looking for Diaz and finds him. Conor Cave saying, Graham, what club do you support, or are you neutral in this match?
Liverpool.
He's a Liverpool fan. He'll be L, the loser symbol, though. There's some of the Man United fans like to call it loser pool, but it's Liverpool, of course. I'm very, very much biased in this game.
I'll be a Liverpool supporter for 40 years next year. That's the early 83 is the earliest I can remember supporting Liverpool.
I wasn't born then.
I know. I'm well aware of that fact.
I was telling the fans at home, Graham. You're fully aware of the age between the two of us.
That's why I even asked you. I was like, do you even remember the 1992 FA Cup final?
I wasn't watching football then, Graham.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to watch football then.
The only encouraging thing, Matt, would be that Mo Salah made it off the field by himself.
Indeed.
And as he was leaving, he wasn't positive in terms of his clapping or anything. He obviously wasn't in so much pain that he couldn't acknowledge the fans either.
No.
So
this is the thing, don't we?
That is a positive.
Diaz looking to feed in Thiago, who's in behind. Back to Robertson. With Jota on as well now, that becomes more of a target man now.
You notice how central Trent is again, Matt?
Trent's gone very central. I wonder if they've changed a new formation up or something, because who's out on the right now? Then it seems to be like Kate has come to the right side. This is a new tactic that we hadn't on standby.
I'm just not used to seeing Trent in that position, waiting for the ball to be laid back.
But now Trent's back at right back now. So maybe it was just for, because we've seen in the past as no foul given as Henderson brings it forward.
By Naby. Pushed over. Oh, come on! He pushed him over.
No foul given by the referee.
Oh, come on.
Trent
made no attempt to go for the ball and just pushed him straight off.
Trent's been tracking Pulisic. That's why. Just in Trent tracking him up in the midfield. So his defensive has got much better this season. It's still not great, but he's got much better.
So in that formation, Jota's going to be putting in the crosses. You used to expect Trent to be doing that and Jota to be looking for perhaps a ball from him. But
this is true. Bullshit forward looking for Lukaku. Bring it down, touch. But Alisson said it quite easily. Very bad touch.
Yeah.
As fact is officially his first touch of the game, 38 minutes and 17 seconds in.
That was like a touch reminiscent of his Manchester United days.
Unfortunately so. As Diaz up against... I'm not sure. I think that was Mason Mount is up against.
I'm not sure if you had
starting to go a little tough now.
I'm not sure if you had the same stat come up on your screen. It was accurate touches in opposition's half. I think it said Thiago had the most with 18, and then there was like 5 Liverpool players with 11. There was nobody from Chelsea on that list at all, which won't be surprising, but just shows you the dominance. He's diving a little bit there. He's making a meal of it, but that's a little out of control for Mane there.
A little bit, yeah. Van Dijk, Thiago. Jota looking for Diaz.
Jota.
Diaz has gone down. I think they've given the foul.
I don't think he'd go down for no reason.
No, they haven't given a foul. Klopp's screaming about something.
I don't know if you saw Jota went back to the middle again, so Trent's going to be on the right. So I think that they're going to try and just keep mixing it up, keep those Chelsea defenders on their feet. Like we weren't expecting this.
Van Dijk was a simple header away. Henderson puts out to the left wing with Diaz, and Diaz is now going to have a run at Reece James, who's now back. As soon as it comes to Diaz, Reece James run past him and gets in the way of space in front. Henderson plays it back to Thiago, then forward to Mane.
Trent ran to the middle again after that little layoff.
I think he's trying to limit the man.
Right wing.
Because a lot of Pulisic on him as well.
Yeah. Oh, he's not going to make his life easy then as well. He keeps moving in and out. Oh, he got his pocket.
Intercepted by Mount, I think. Van Dijk against Lukaku.
Terrible.
Henderson. The cross from Lukaku was pitiful.
It was weak.
Generous.
It was weak.
And Henderson headed out so simply. It was untrue.
I'm not sure if that was Lukaku's wrong foot, but that looked like
doesn't matter. Should be better than that.
I agree, but that looked like if I was playing, that looked like my attempt with a wrong foot. It was just not even close. If you're
playing in the FA Cup final, you should be able to cross with both feet at this level nowadays.
I think the other factor is when it comes in, like you just said, that's his first touch. Football's all about touch. When you haven't had the ball for 40 minutes and suddenly you've got to put in an accurate ball, that's not going to be as easy to do when you're not touching the ball.
Two men, Graham, in the crowd who knew how to take a good goal, Sir Ian Rush and Sir Kane Dalglish.
Yep.
Actually, I don't know. Is Ian Rush not yet? He should be. He's not.
I didn't think it was. I was about to ask you, is it Sir Ian Rush? I didn't know
should
that.
Be.
I don't think it is.
Absolute legend.
That might be true, but I don't think he's a Sir.
The
I think he's just prematurely.
Diaz over on the right now. Oh, a simple ball from Trent. Jota, Thiago, Henderson. They were trying to mix things up. Fred firing one in, Robertson chasing against Mount.
That's a Liverpool throw.
This is Liverpool starting to take a few more chances here, a few more risks.
Canate's going on a Matip-like run. Oh, no.
Nothing. Go for goal.
No, not from there. Not from there.
And it's still going. Still going.
The radar at Heathrow will be picking that up pretty soon.
The radar stands at Graham, let alone Heathrow.
I couldn't remember my airports. I picked one. I was like, should I go with Gatwick? I was like, I'm just going to.
Well, Heathrow's a good shout, but Stansted further out, so that was funny.
I was trying to go for the closest one. All right, you're just.
Mendy's got the ball down at his feet, and he's got his wing back either side.
Let me guess, he's going to wave the defenders up, Matt. What do you think?
Possibly. Gareth Southgate watches on.
Who's that next to Gareth Southgate? Do you know?
I feel like I should know him. Of course he has, Graham, by the way. He's waving forward off camera. The camera guy tried to watch Gareth Southgate while watching Mendy time wasting, which I sort of applaud in a way. 2 minutes to go to half time.
Straight out of bounds, and Alonso's complaining.
Trent dinks it forward gently, looking for Mane, and Jota wins it.
Oh, Jota was through.
That was a foul by Mane.
If it had not have been, Jota had picked up the ball because it just bounced to him, and he was through. The defender would have had to come through with a.
Oh, it's Keita. I apologise
for him. It was.
Yeah, that's a foul by Naby Keita. Yeah.
It's a definite foul, but it broke beautifully to Jota.
Hasn't Naby Keita had a great season?
He has. Naby didn't need to make that challenge though. Like if he hadn't made that challenge, it was going straight to Jota, and Jota would have picked it up and just run straight at them. Jostling there between Lukaku and Konate. That's a
fight you sort of want to see. Konate the unit.
Yeah.
And he's so young. He's only 22. He's got so many big years ahead of him. As Alonso wins it, and I do believe that was Cater back in the right back spot.
It's
And
Naby.
Liverpool got 8 at the back at the moment, looks like.
Yeah. Trent's behind him. He's closer to the edge of the box. And he just won the header there.
Wins the header, and then Cater brings it down and volleys it downfield.
Boom. Oh, stepped on. That should be a yellow in a second, but they let it go.
Way play on as Mane 4-on-3. Mane picked up Jota. Then no also down the back, the head defending.
Let it go. That's it. One
back
more to
Thiago, Robertson.
Oh,
Jota just lips over the bar. That's a good shot. Good chance.
I think the ref should be coming back and giving a yellow there because that player deliberately tried to. He kind of realized I'm not going to get him and let go of him, but the intent was there.
Absolutely. The ball from Robertson was exquisite and great work by Jota side in front of his man and just a bit too much power on it and it's over the bar, unfortunately.
I just realized also, Matt, from earlier, there was one situation where the ref let it go and was like, oh, there's going to be a card there later. And I don't think he ever did. We thought, was it Thiago or Jorginho? It was one of those
Jorginho,
two.
we thought.
Yeah, we were like, that's going to be a yellow, and it never happened. Oh, get there, Becker.
Alisson Becker just gets there in front of the striker and the defender.
Oh, I don't like that pass across the face of the goal. Well, not face of goal, but right across the 18-yard box.
And unfortunately, Trent miscontrolled it out for throw to Chelsea. We are now into 4 minutes of time lost here at Wembley. 4 minutes of it. We are about 40 seconds into it as Lukaku gets the ball and spoons it over, and actually it goes down the tunnel on the far side we're watching. So someone's going to have a souvenir. Tuchel's chewing his gum extremely vigorously right now. Lukaku, was he on?
I thought so. Easily.
It's a good ball as well. Jorginho, it was a great little dink through, and that's Lukaku's first real sighter. He needs a goal.
I think Van Dijk was happy to leave him on his left foot, to be honest.
Absolutely. If in doubt, put him on his bad foot if you can. Absolutely. Yeah. As I think Mane completely wiped out Jorginho there, and I think there is there may be a card coming here.
No, he fell into him. It's not.
Yeah,
he got
tackled by Chalobah. Yeah.
Yeah, and he just
referee watched the whole way. So
yeah, Liverpool's getting the ball foul.
We were unfortunate. We were watching a replay and we came back from it as it was happening. Unfortunately, we are seeing Jota chasing down, but not being able to prevent a corner. A goal kick, sorry. So we have 47 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock. We have about a minute and a bit to play till half time.
It was also announced on the ESPN feed that it's the Women's FA Cup final tomorrow as well. Manchester City, and I do not remember the second team. I looked at it just before, and it disappeared right at the end, so I didn't get a chance to read everything. I assume that one's not being covered by Radio Tekkers.
We'll be keeping an eye on it while we're watching the West Ham versus Man City game. We will be keeping up.
Same time. Okay.
Yes, so we're covering. There's 5 games in the Premier League happening at the same time tomorrow, so we've got a lot of games to cover, including at the bottom of the table, the games for Leeds and Everton, because Burnley playing Tottenham at lunchtime in the UK.
Yes.
Big game for Burnley and for Tottenham after they smashed Arsenal midweek.
I think at this stage of the season, they're all big games now.
Yeah, but if Arsenal had beaten Tottenham, then Arsenal had guaranteed them to the Champions League. Now, Tottenham are going in the back door, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
As we're into the last minute of the first half of normal time. 30 seconds to go. This has been an enjoyable first half.
For a Liverpool fan, yeah. With the exception of Salah going off.
I think Chelsea fans will be quite happy with 0-0 at half-time.
I'm sure they'll be happy they're not behind. I don't think they can be happy that they've... I would say their only real chance... I guess the Pulisic chance was close, but besides that, there's not really been much.
Mm.
They've been on the back foot for most of this game.
Great. Connor says lunchtime UK is 7 a.m. Eastern over here. It is. It is. That's what it is. And it's half time here at Wembley. It is Chelsea 0, Liverpool 0.
And 6 a.m. for Tanner as well.
It is 6 a.m. for Tanner, which is why we're doing the 2 o'clock game. Why we're doing the 2 o'clock game. Half time it is 0-0. Graham, what did you anything that stood out to you in that first half?
The chances down the left, I think if Liverpool are going to try and break through, I think Luis Diaz once again is going to be the person to try and do it. Interesting those positional changes, like Trent. I've not seen him really in that central position, like waiting to pick up the ball and take a shot. That's kind of more of a Naby Keita thing or a Thiago thing. There was a few things there that I hadn't expected. Makes it difficult for Chelsea to keep. If you are doing that man marking, that makes it really difficult to do that. So we know that Liverpool are good at running off the ball. So I think it makes sense they do that. But yeah, I'm hoping we get to find out. I'm hoping someone in the chat might be able to tell us any information on Salah, because I don't have the commentary. I don't know if you have the earbud in so you can hear things, Matt. But I'm kind of curious.
I will be keeping an eye on things on Twitter.
Okay. But a solid performance by Liverpool in the first half. Just a couple of reminders that, hey, if you get careless, that Chelsea had that chance to counter-attack you and put in a possible goal chance. So,
indeed. Another quick glance at Twitter, see what people are thinking about that first half. Because we've had it's been a decent half down the left, as we are in the UK getting that. It's all about down the left, as far as they're concerned.
Is this Tanner's waffle eating music that you're playing right now?
It's just nice to have some background music sometimes when you're doing a live stream, Graham. Never a bad thing, of course. Seeing if there's any news about Salah, nothing that's come around yet. Yeah, the only question that we've got so far from the official line of things is that how serious is it? We're going to have to go to Twitter itself for that sort of thing. If you're in the chat, as Graham was saying, let us know if you guys heard anything. We'll happily credit for, of course. And also, in general, if you've had any thoughts about the first half as well. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to us here on Tekkers. Ring that bell as well, so you can we go live tomorrow and with Chelsea Wrestling, of course, on Mondays, of course. And looking forward to see how the second half builds. We've got Alan Shearer in the studio here in the UK, who's never won the FA Cup, which is something a lot of people do have a problem with. How can a man so good never won much? Most highlighted is the number one trend in the United Kingdom, Graham, at the moment.
Yeah, I'm trying to look through as well. I don't see anything.
Yeah,
it says might have suffered a groin injury, but that's speculative. It does say the word speculative in the tweet as well. So, yeah.
This is very, very true. There is one of the well-known Irish bookmakers has said that we could be one step closer to a Divock Origi winner in Paris. Well, he's a man for the big game.
I saw one thing, Matt, that I didn't recognise at all from the Daily Mirror. Liverpool fans boo national anthem at FA Cup final, keeping 40-year tradition. Now, is that something Is there a backstory to that at all? Or?
I've got to admit, I'm not very aware of that. I do know that a lot of people see it as the UK of Liverpool at times, but I don't recall anything. I don't recall Liverpool fans booing the national anthem. Unless I missed something there. It's very possible. I'm looking at the trending side of things there. Apparently some Liverpool fans were booing it, yeah. Although I'm not entirely sure I listened to the Mirror too much. Because usually when it comes to combining the Mirror and the Sun, I tend to look away. Right. Come look at the chat as it says, I'm surprised how you plugged for Good Cop, Bad Cop, which is one of my favourite podcasts. You know
I was
how to
about
butter our
to, Matt.
parsnips,
Matt, I
Graham.
was about to. I was going to say, as it's 15 minutes at halftime, you could go and watch the pre-show that we recorded that's on our YouTube channel that's about the same length. But then I realized we're trying to keep people on the Radio Tekkers feed. So I did stay quiet for that one. But that is available for people to watch after this is finished. And the episode will be out tomorrow, of course.
If I get edited in time. Yes.
You can get editing done.
I'll be editing it tomorrow morning. It'll be fine.
It's all good.
Because, of course, after we finish here, of course, I will be watching the Eurovision. Obviously, no, it's not for everybody, but it's a political farce usually. But to be fair, there's some actually very good songs this year, and it's all about hope and peace and love and all that stuff. And it's something we can all get behind. The message is very clear: stop hating, start loving.
I think I'm going to give you all music that you're playing right now. No point.
This certainly wouldn't win Eurovision, no. But but yeah, So
Matt, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I'm going to New Japan Pro Wrestling this evening.
you have mentioned it to me, sir. No one in this chat is aware of it, Graham. So why don't you tell people what you're expecting to see? Who you're going to see tonight?
I don't know who I'm going to see. I know Okada's in a tag match. I'm wearing my Moxley shirt because I know he's in a four-way match with Ospreay, and I already forget who the other people are.
You know I can't play that, Graham, on this show.
It'll be a fun time. My son and I got floor seats. We're like third row, but we're on a diagonal from the post. So yeah, we don't know much about New Japan, but we know it's going to be. We know they're going to put on a good show. I don't think they've ever put a show on before in DC, so we had to make the most of that opportunity. So, and then tomorrow, Hardy Boys.
This is the thing. They did put a show on in the in Madison Square Garden, of course, Graham.
They did, yeah. I think we were there.
For it.
Yeah. We're wearing our good cop, bad cop shirts, jerseys appropriately as well.
We were indeed. Looking at a replay of Lukaku spooning his shot over the bar toward the end of the normal time.
Who's he spooning?
Hun?
Who's he spooning?
Spooning the ball over. Chris, come on. It's an educated stream. We've got an educator on so as well, so you know.
Well, you got highlights. I've got Don Hutchison, who I didn't recognise only because I saw the caption. I was like, "Oh,
Don
that's
Hutchison, as in
talking
former
to two
Leeds
other
and
people
Everton.
who I didn't actually recognise." I
Former
remember
Everton super
Liverpool as well.
manager. Yeah. But yeah, go on.
I was just about to say they are showing highlights now. That ball from the outside, from Trent, from the outside of his right foot, that was sliced across to Diaz on the left was absolutely beautiful.
It was a thing of beauty for sure. Yeah, we've got Michael Richards in the studio with Gary Lineker, of course, and Alan Shearer. So we've got a man who's never won the FA Cup and a man who's won the FA Cup in the studio. Actually, maybe it hasn't is Alan Shearer because Lineker's won it, of course. With a spot for Tottenham. And Michael Richards won it with Man City, of course.
Now, seeing this, I knew I was going to be in the studio with you, Matt. Normally, around this time, I would be posting some food comments or something. We'd had no food talk in the first half, which might be that might be a first for Tekkers, actually.
Might be a first.
I did see something yesterday that caught my eye, and if I'd have been at home, I would have waited and I would have posted it. But I did schedule a tweet. So if you have your Twitter feed open, I believe it's around 1 o'clock. I think it's around that time. I made it to like a little bit into the second half. And I think it says something like, if there's a lull in the action, I'd be interested to know your thoughts on this. I didn't know who else was going to be in the studio. I wasn't sure if it was just you or if it was other people. So I tagged Radio Tekkers and I did tag your good self. So there will be an opportunity for some food talk in the second half.
Right. So, okay.
If there's a lull in the action.
Around 1 o'clock, you say, Graham, yes?
I believe so.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Looking forward to it. So that I dare say.
I didn't want to be distracted. I wanted to be professional. So I was like, I'm going to schedule the tweet to drop in the second half, and then you can be unprofessional and look at it. You're better at multitasking because you're used to doing this. I've got enough looking at the screen and looking at here as well. So I was like, that's fine.
Of course. And of course, if you are if you're watching in the UK on the BBC coverage, you'll have no doubt just seen that they are that the Women's European Championships are being held in England this year, and Tekkers will be covering that throughout the summer, because that is the only football worth covering this summer. Because all the football for internationals is happening in the winter this year. What a Christmas present that could be!
Are you watching on the BBC then?
I am using I have chosen the BBC coverage only because I can't stand Mark Pugach.
Okay.
But yeah,
I would have thought if there's a choice between the two, you obviously go for the one that doesn't have commercials. I know that'll be an alien concept to American audiences, but as the BBC doesn't have commercials, you obviously have continuous coverage.
Well, you say that, but they do have adverts for those. We're seeing Chelsea volleying goals in, and Chelsea Women's Super League Cup winners. The WSL, of course, has really started to pick up steam here in the UK, and that's great. Of course, it's a really good thing to have so many women's players finally getting the recognition they deserve. Some of them way better than the men. Some way better than the men. When women go down injured, they're actually injured. They're not rolling around like Ronaldo and Messi and players of their ilk. I can say that.
I'm just looking at the stats from the ESPN. They got Steve Nicol up, and they mentioned he's a Liverpool defender, and they mentioned 3-time FA Cup winner, which I'm sure is just because it's the FA Cup today. But I'm like, he won a lot of titles as well. You'd think that they would have mentioned.
But usually they usually do that regarding the tournament that they're covering at the time.
So did they put that up for Alan Shearer then? 0 FA Cup 1.
He played in 2 FA Cup finals.
Oh, that's the stat they put up. Okay.
Yeah. Which always makes me laugh because in the UK during the Wimbledon coverage they have Andrew Castle, and his stat is made it to the 3rd round of Queens once. I'm like, I shouldn't mock because I can't play tennis.
Of course. I meant to add and I didn't put it on my bad cop moments, but I probably should have done. I saw it and I was going to write it down. And I forgot the member. You're going to have to help me out here. Somebody who's in Chris Jericho's faction, who used to be a WWE wrestler, MMA fighter, Jake Hager?
Jack Swagger.
Jack Swagger. What's his name now? Jake Hager?
Jack Hager.
Okay, so I'm not. He looked like he was getting ready for Wimbledon on. I think it was either the Wednesday show or the Friday show. I watched both. Did you see him? Yeah, he was dressed all in white. Like, yes. What the heck? He had white shorts on. I was like, what on earth does he look like? Yeah, he looked like he was ready for a game of tennis straight afterwards. It looked ridiculous to me.
We're seeing a lot of legends down here on the pitch at Wembley, all holding their shirts with their name on the back and celebrate the 150th anniversary of the FA Cup. A wonderful thing to see. We're seeing Zola's down there. That's wonderful. It's wonderful. Someone's trying to organise a photo op, and I'm like, you have not long, guys. You know, Clark and Jones and so many other legends who have been down there and have raised that FA Cup. Wonderful. And of course, one of these teams in 45 minutes' time could be about to raise it. I say could because we could have extra time.
All right, let me ask you this question, as there's no action going on right now. I saw today something I've seen multiple times before that I just don't get, and I was hoping you would comment, but you were probably busy getting things ready for today anyway.
Yeah.
Christmas cake and cheese at the same time. Now, our Yorkshire friends have already commented and have not just promoted it, but mentioned very specific cheeses that you should have with it. But thoughts? To me, it sounds disgusting. I thought it was a bad
Christmas cake and cheese.
Yeah. They eat it together. Like I can imagine having a piece of Christmas cake and then in an hour you get some cheese and crackers. But no, they have it together. You have a bite of one, then you have a bite of the other, I guess.
What's the cheese they're suggesting, Graham? Because I can
UTT
understand.
Rob suggested Wensleydale.
Okay,
There were other suggestions, but I can't remember what they were off the top of my head.
that's fair.
I saw there was notifications between our record for Good Cop, Bad Cop and this, so I took a quick look, but I didn't really take anything in.
That's fine. I've got to admit, I personally wouldn't. But I can see the appeal of that because the savouriness of the cheese can work quite well with booze. And Christmas cake is so full of alcohol.
If I get the chance, I will try it. Because I do remember last summer I saw the idea of watermelon and mustard, yellow mustard.
That works.
Like, that's not going
to work. It does work.
I tried it and I was like, that's good actually. I was really surprised. So that sounds equally strange to me. So perhaps I'll give it a try. But
we're back on the way
they're
here.
Kicking off in America. I'm not sure if they did for you.
Back on the way here. Launched forward back towards Mane, who's on the left now.
Oh yeah.
They're on the right. It looks like now, and Jota's down the middle. So as looking to break things up, Cater back to Trent. That's good. Good play here. And Mane now back to them. It's hard to keep track of who is where. It seems to be switching positions so fluidly. And looks like Mount.
Oh, Mason Mount left it because he was offside.
Exactly. So well done by Mount. Pulisic crosses it.
Oof.
Oh, it's good. One. Alisson screaming for a flag, but wasn't given because if Pulisic wasn't offside.
Yeah. I didn't think he was anyway, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's close.
No,
it's very close, but he realised
it's country mile. He leaves it, and if he didn't touch it, it would have blown up. But Pulisic was right to, and Trent did narrow the angle.
Oof.
Oh, a good save by Alisson.
Yeah.
So they hit the clear.
Do we still have the music for the whole second half as well?
If you want.
No.
I can turn it off. It's fine.
I guess I could mute it and then I could just not listen to you at the same time.
There you go. It's off now.
I could just comment on anything that looked clumsy.
Diaz.
That looked
clumsy. Bring him down?
Reece James doesn't seem to be protesting too much, unless they already gave the free kick.
It's either a free kick or it's a corner. He doesn't win the ball at any
goal
point.
Kick. It came off Reece James last, I think.
He doesn't win the ball at any point, so it has to be a free kick. It's a really good save from Alisson Becker, and it is a free kick.
It's a free kick. The shot from Alonso, I actually think Canate was positioned perfectly. Like, it just got past Canate, but then it missed the goal. Like, I think if it had been on target, Canate would have got the block in.
As Alonso about to take this, he said Reece James away. Liverpool, be alert.
Oof! That was off the bar, I think.
I wasn't sure. The glare is so bright at that end. I can't tell you, Graham.
I don't think his hand's that strong.
He's got a good punch, but you never know. I forget replay.
He does.
Launch forward, and it's well out of play. The replay is not coming up.
Yeah, the glare on where that crossbar is, it is difficult to see, but it just felt like the dynamics of it, that was off the bar. It was.
It was off the bar. That was off the bar from Marcus Alonso, yes. He had beaten Alisson, and the ball was behind by Van Dijk.
Yeah,
Chelsea started like a house of fire.
Chelsea started very brightly.
Offside had been given.
They're showing Lukaku on my screen, so was it he the person who was offside?
I wasn't sure. We cut away so quickly from the replay, I couldn't tell you.
I didn't see any subs at half time unless you saw anything.
No subs at half time, no.
Okay.
We are who are. Thiago plays it to Canate. Out to Trent. Trent long downfield. To Thiago Silva. Clears up at the back. This could be back and forth for the rest of the second half. Chalobah had a good season himself, breaking into the first team. He's been out on loan 12 times, Graham Chalobah, at Chelsea. Isn't that ridiculous?
Oh.
Talk about Christmas cake, Graham. I make a very good Christmas cake.
I don't like the icing. I've never been a fan of icing on cake personally.
See, Chris likes the icing. He doesn't like the fruit cake.
Yeah.
So you can have a fruit cake. Chris loves the icing.
We'll just split a piece.
Split a piece. Yeah, you have the top. Chris have the top half. Yeah. Chris will have the marzipan and the icing. That's it.
What about the wedding cake, or is that a forbidden topic?
Wedding cake will not be a fruit cake.
Okay. I don't know what. Well, I'm talking about the icing, to be honest.
Oh,
I assume you wouldn't be as mean to get a fruit cake for Chris for his wedding cake.
I'm not evil enough to get Chris a fruit cake for his wedding cake. No. No, we tasted a couple of cakes so far, haven't we, Chris? Had a couple of cakes and
gotta get a few free samples in there.
Well,
all played through, but straight to Allison.
Allison gathered it up quite nicely.
Canate was alert. He knew what was going on.
Yeah,
Lukaku was never getting there.
No. Very happy with we're at open day at our venue, and they have all their preferred people there. Their preferred,
Mane running through.
Mane on the ball here. Keita's gone ahead. Jota finds Keita very nicely in the opponent's area. Back to Trent. Dinks it forward.
A good ball in.
Oh, and Diaz had an open goal and put it wide.
It was Robertson.
I apologise, Diaz.
It was Robertson.
Found his wing back partner.
I'm not sure where Diaz is on this shot, to be honest.
In the middle.
Oh, there he is. Yeah.
I don't think he was better get to him, Robertson.
No, I don't think he was.
Yeah, he hit him in the midriff. Yeah, because Reece James doesn't even have to put him off. In the end, turns out.
I didn't know you could get a beer at a soccer game in England.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, but you can use it only in plastic cups.
Oh, okay. All right. Actually, I don't know why I said that. I saw something at Huddersfield Town recently that posted that, but for some reason,
that's Huddersfield Town, Graham. Not Wembley.
I understand that, but
mortgage to get a bit at Wembley, but
Oh, sure, I can. I remember at WrestleMania, so
Diaz on his right foot.
Oh,
that's
close. Oh, that's close.
Knocking at the door now. Both teams feeling more hungry. They know they've got to take their chances. Liverpool really don't need extra time.
Diaz had no room there at all. That's a really good turn. There was so many defenders around him, and he still managed to get the shot away.
On his weaker foot as well.
Oh, I think the keeper was aware, actually. The keeper was holding off. I think he knew it wasn't going in.
Yeah.
Like Mendy didn't dive full length. He just kind of stayed on his knees. That was the 10th attempt on goal by Liverpool. Chelsea have had 6 so far.
Foul and on Mane. Thiago Silva committing. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no arguments on that.
To be fair, if he had a reasonably good game, he maybe could have given out a couple of cards, but he's going for every foul.
I think he should have booked one Liverpool player and one Chelsea player.
I believe so as well, but he's had a good game, bro. In general,
the game hasn't spiraled out of control though, so it's been okay. He's let them play. Yep.
Trent Alexander doesn't meet the first man.
No,
but it's gone out to the far side. Chris Harris will be furious.
Mason Mount's had a really quiet game. Okay, I just realized I mentioned him at the start of the half, but besides him picking up the ball, then I don't really remember him in the first half at all.
No, he had a couple of touches, but he's not had much of a game.
No.
Van Dijk commits the foul on Mount and lets Liverpool regroup. And Diaz petulantly kicks it past Reece James.
He could have passed it easily to him, and yeah.
That's for Mason Mount here, Graham. He's lost his last 5 Wembley finals.
Oof. That is not a good statistic.
Not at all.
He's
Lovely
almost like the
Thiago
Sasha
Silva.
Banks of WrestleMania. Hopefully, he doesn't make one. Hopefully, this is not his first.
Thiago Silva with a lovely turn there to go from Mane, though. The credit where it's due. Trent comes across towards Alonso. Ball in quickly to Lukaku, but it's kicked up by Allison, who bowls it out overarm.
All day from Allison. He was the only one getting to that.
Thiago, one touch from Trent.
Lazy touch from Trent. Henderson was never getting to that.
It was lazy. It was
too nonchalant.
I've got to defend Trent there, Graham. I don't think it was too lazy. I think it was just too much power on it from Thiago to control. It's pushed into the mixer by Chelsea, and it's cleared on a couple of times. Back to Reece James, and Trent and Aguilar clearing it out. Back to Reece James. So Trent's really working hard here, and you got Diaz back helping out at the back, which is good to see. Chelsea put some pressure on. Reece James delivers it deep, and it's missed by
Alonso again?
Alonso at the back post.
Yeah.
Yes. Here's the thing: you see, Chelsea before the injury to Reece James were in the mix. I think they're like a point or two off the top, and then when Reece James came back from injury, they were 13 points off the top.
Yeah.
Reece James Reece James and Marcos Alonso literally are there. Trent and Robbo.
If you were the Chelsea manager right now, would you take off Lukaku? Because he doesn't seem to be posing any threat at all.
I wouldn't have bought him.
Oh, I agree, but now you've started him. Wouldn't you put somebody? It doesn't matter who you put on at this point.
I don't know. I mean, Timo Werner. He had no faith in Werner. It feels like
I would rather have Timo Werner on. I agree. He's not having a good season again. I think Lukaku just looks like he's got.
I'd be tempted to throw on Ziyech, put Pulisic in the middle, and play Ziyech wide.
Ziyech's a good call. Yeah. That's a dangerous player right there.
Yeah.
I think Chelsea are doing Liverpool a favour right now by leaving Lukaku on. Unless they're thinking as well that this could be a game with extra time. This could be 120 minutes. We might not even be at the halfway point. Perhaps you want to keep that while Chelsea are not behind. Perhaps you just want to leave Lukaku on.
Trent, Mane goes down holding his ankle, but gets to his feet and limps away a little bit.
Yeah. I'm waiting for this to bite me later, though, of course.
And here comes Diaz. Forces Reece James to make a touch, and it's away. Can't believe I Chalobah in the end.
In the end, it is. It went out for a throw. I don't think the Chelsea defender appreciated getting the ball there, right in front of the goal. He had to clear it immediately.
I don't think Chalobah did a great job, in my opinion, there, though. We're up to the hour mark, nearly.
In the end.
The second half possession, it's been 64% in favour of Chelsea.
Sure, I can believe that.
Here comes Mane down the left wing.
That's a foul.
I don't think
that's not a foul? Oh, okay. A late call.
Oh, it has been given now. Yeah, not Chelsea.
No, it's not. Oh, my. I think even Chelsea thought that was a foul. Wow. Mane did not dive there.
Maybe not die, but you can go down from contact not being a foul.
Sure.
So that's the thing is, people say, "Oh, if he goes down, it's clear dive." No, sometimes you can go down from a genuine contact. Let's not forget that when Ruben Diaz made that tackle on Benzema in the Champions League semi-final, it was so close to being a good tackle, and it was just half a second too late. Half a second.
Jota putting some pressure on Mendy as he gets the ball back. Just has to clear up field and go straight to Canate, and Liverpool's got the ball back again.
Indeed, Keita now playing almost as an auxiliary right back at the moment.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to, as Van Dijk and Alisson play a bit of keep ball, to try and draw Chelsea forward, and Canate now starting to stretch his legs, and he's fouled from behind by Lukaku. Lukaku wags his finger, and his referee says, "No, that's not allowed."
Yeah, that's a foul.
there's something about. Do you know who Canate reminds me of? And this is affectionately, I'm saying this. He reminds me a lot of Kolo Touré.
I wondered if you were going to say that. I was going to say Colo, and I was like, is that who you're thinking? I can see why.
He was a free transfer for us, and he was a brilliant soldier for us. His service for Man City and for Arsenal in Premier League, brilliant.
Yeah.
And Diaz on the ball now. What can the little wizard come up with?
A throw-in.
Yes, he wins.
Oh no, he didn't.
I thought he won the throw.
I think he's smiling, but I think he thought he'd won it, but no, Chelsea's got it. Keep it in. All right, Liverpool kept it in. Robertson to Mane, and then now Keita.
Keita's wide to Jota.
Oh,
for goal. That ball to Jota is the one to take for sure.
That was a nice little bit of pressure. They got the ball on that Liverpool left-hand side, and then they moved it quickly straight across and gave Jota the chance. And that flashed across the post. Once again, I think Mendy probably would have had it if it had been on target again, though. It looked like his positioning was good.
It's very possible, yeah.
Yeah. Both keepers have been doing well with their angles, that's for sure. There's been some that look close, but each time it looks like they've been in the right position. So if it would have been the other side of the post, I think they would have got it. Mendy being hustled again by Jota. The defenders keep putting him under that pressure. If they're going to do that, they've got to get it right every time. It's getting close.
We're a little low in the action. I am being reminded by the power of the bee to remind you all that if with the borders opening around the world, to of course go and visit TripSurferVacations.com, our affiliate, and don't forget to tell them the Radio Tekkers sent you. Get a little something off for that. Beach vacation in Americas and even Europe. Go to
Robertson on the left. Oh,
and put behind unnecessarily.
And Chelsea headed it out. They wasn't taking any chances. They just headed it straight out. Indeed, that was a good ball in from Robertson. Indeed, too much space on the left.
The Chelsea defense there had clearly gone to TripSurferVacations.com. That was a hell of a not need to make.
He didn't get I don't think he got a call from anybody, so he wasn't taking any chances. Yeah, the Liverpool players were around, but I don't think they would have got there in the end.
And this time it's like Thiago's going to take it.
Okay.
Trent's a short option. Thiago's going to take a corner.
Okay.
His first one for Liverpool.
No, short to Trent.
Short to Trent. It goes right through to Henderson. So beat the first man, beat the whole box. Robertson, long ball back in.
Canate nearly won the header.
Trent Alexander over there with
Liverpool got it.
And wins it. And deflecting behind for a corner.
Mm-hmm.
The pressure from Trent Alexander was brilliant. A man who grew up.
Take this one.
I think so too. Man who grew up 3 streets away from Anfield, who literally is red and white. If you cut him in half, he bleeds Liverpool. Puts the ball in. Henderson's ball back in. And
too easy.
Mendy and just goes down with it. I'm not sure Trent took that one. I think that was Thiago again.
That just floated up there. Too easy for Mendy to get that one.
Nice try by Henderson, though. Put it to the back post, though. Got to be alert, though, because every now and again, keeper will make a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Chalobah plays it back to Mendy as Mane sprints forward.
Press comes again.
And here comes Diaz pressing Chalobah. Deals it well. Henderson wins the ball midfield. Thiago back to Robertson. Thiago's really settled in Liverpool this season, as it looks like they're looking to switch things up over at Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
The book is out. Jota. Kane's gone ahead of him, and here comes Trent, who finds Thiago. One touch from Keita. Plays in Trent. Chelsea finished for all the worth. Liverpool win it back.
Still there.
Brought down beautifully by one touch from Henderson. The pressure starting to be built on that Chelsea back line. Keita.
Trent still up as well.
Henderson, Mane, Jota, Thiago, Keita, who hits a cross goal. Good save by Mendy, but there were 3 Liverpool players ready for the spill.
That angle had just been a little bit less. Yeah, there was 3 waiting. I'm not sure. Did you go for the shot or the cross there? Do you think?
I think he went for the shot.
I think he did. Yeah, I think the cross would have a bend in
I
one,
think
curled away
he
from
was
the
hoping
keeper.
it to be a whammo moment.
It would have been money.
Chelsea trying to put it all down their left right now.
The way this is going, Matt, now that tweet I sent you might be totally unnecessary. Like, there's not really been a lull in the action. There's something going on the whole time, pretty much.
This is true, but now you said that, Graham. It has not gone live, so I've got to keep a little look and see what it was.
N'Golo Kante's coming on.
Kante, he's a man for the big occasion.
I'm not sure who's coming off. Is it Mount? Oh no,
It's Kovacic.
Okay. Doesn't look too happy about being called off.
Big call.
Little breather for the players as well now.
Indeed, that's a big call because Kovacic is a big player. So is Kante, to be fair. He's obviously Champions League winner himself last season.
Mm-hmm.
Reece James on the right side. And it went across Alonso, and the ball in was terrible.
Henderson quick to get it and send it upfield, and then Chelsea, Rudiger, I think it was, had to clear it out. Throw into Liverpool. So the reason I sent you the tweet will become apparent once you see it. This is a staple for radio Tekkers. So
it hasn't gone live yet.
Oh, it hasn't? Okay. I wonder what time I sent it for then. Did I not put? Perhaps I put like Central Standard Time or something then.
Possibly. Maybe it's tomorrow morning. Who knows if you, Graham? Your timekeeping is well.
Hey,
as here comes Chelsea. Henderson up against Alonso. Chelsea having to retreat. All the way at the halfway, in fact. Thiago Silva. That's good pressing from Liverpool. Ball inside of Trent, though. And the ball goes right across the penalty area to Reece James.
Oof.
Oh, it's squared, and then the shot is dragged wide in the end by Pulisic. The goal kick given. But just not out of this game.
I don't know how you find scheduled tweets, to be honest.
I've got me, bro. I didn't know you could.
I know how to schedule a tweet, but I don't know how you then check for a scheduled tweet. So, like, supposing I put something like, I don't know, I think Liverpool's going to win 5-0 or something. But then later you'd probably want to delete that because it's going to look stupid. So can you delete it before you actually officially publish it? I'm sure you can.
I don't know. I didn't know you could.
I can't do it from my phone. I had to do it from my laptop. There's like a little calendar icon that you can click on the tweet, and then you can schedule a time for it, which is kind of useful for like promoting podcasts as well. Like if you know you're out for the day, you can always put that one up ahead of time. Hey, don't forget to
check out to Jota, Thiago, Diaz. Goes for the top corner. It's behind the goal.
Not enough.
Saying this game looks like it's going to penalties unless something happens in the next half hour.
Yeah.
Well, it's true. We've got 20 minutes to go until full time. Liverpool 0, Chelsea 0 from Wembley. But yeah, it's not been a boring 0-0. The only 0-0 that Tekkers has had this season was the EFL Cup final between Chelsea and Liverpool. Which ended up with goals because it was a penalty shootout still. So there was goals. Guaranteed goals in this game, even if it's a penalty shootout. But I could do without those nerves. I have seen the tweet about Christmas cake and cheese. I'll deal with that one later, Graham, properly.
I saw a good comment from Dan Griffin as I was looking to see if it would have been posted. Somebody suggested that you have to soak the Christmas cake in rum for a month. And Dan responded, 3 months in our house, and then you get shit-faced after just one slice.
This is the thing, Graham. My Christmas cake, I'm going to start making my Christmas cake for work in August. I'm going to start making it in August.
Jeez.
Yeah. I've got a lot to make, Graham. I've got a lot to make, Graham.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I'm making it for restaurants.
Oh, he went straight into the back.
I'll be feeling it poured.
I think Tiago's had too many of those.
They're not about Christmas cake, cheesecake.
A Christmas cake with cheese. Slice Christmas cake and a piece of cheese with it. Look at Christmas faces, no thank you, basically, I think.
Oh, that's got to be a yellow. He went right through him again.
Tiago had a couple of those. And you've got the Chelsea defender's gone down, saying that Mane put his arm up. Didn't see a lot wrong with that, but look at the replay when it comes up. I was just trying to buy a bit of time.
Chelsea officially got the new owners yet?
No, not yet, no. No, I don't think so. VR is in this game. It's also going to be involved in the championship final as well. And James Milner, evergreen. James Milner about to come on. That would imply either Cato or Henderson coming off because Thiago had an okay game. But he's also had a couple of nibbles, Thiago. So I'm wondering Milner might be brought in just to shore things up.
Or as an enforcer, get a few back in.
Maybe. Liverpool really got two subs available, of course, because they've had you in the first half, of course.
Yeah.
As Chelsea just looking back and forth between the centre halves. Liverpool closing off all the avenues. Closes down Chalobah, and the ball goes out to James, who had to control it very expertly. And then puts it all back to Rudiger, who just played it out a moment ago. Alonso on halfway comes forward. Finds Kante, but well blocked by.
Thiago's great the other way, and Liverpool are breaking now with Keita.
Yep, Naby Keita. Looking
Ooh,
for
Mendy had to come a long way.
Mendy had to because otherwise Diaz was in.
Yep. I have sent a food take to your Facebook Messenger, seeing as it didn't look like it was coming through.
Okay, so
I can send it to your Twitter DM.
You have sent me the ultimate pigs in blankets kebab.
Radio Tekkers loves pigs in blankets, right? You don't agree on what they are.
This is a kebab for the barbecue, as in, of course. Now, of course, fair, I would always have sausages on a barbecue. Obviously, you have to. I would always have bacon on a barbecue. You put with your burgers. So why not pigs in blankets? Makes perfect sense to me.
Pigs in blanket kebab sounds awesome to me. I was like,
well,
it's a definite good cop moment for me.
I'm always putting like the mushrooms and the peppers and the onions on the kebab sticks. Well, they're lovely. They're great. You brush them with oil before you put them on as well. Keep them nice and crisp. Nothing char grilled. But so it's Keita coming off.
Keita, yeah.
He's not happy coming off, but he's done it. He's put in a shift today. He's put in a shift. Milner's going to get at least 17 minutes.
I think it might be a little longer. I think extra time is looking more likely than not at this point.
Indeed. Of course, if you go extra time, of course, you gain an extra substitution, of course, as well. And Van Dijk looking to keep the ball in play and does so. Away from Mel.
Oh,
Thiago
heavy touch from Thiago. That's very unlike him.
Diaz wanted to middle the park momentarily.
Yeah.
Henderson. Trent back to Konate. Jota trying to unlock things, but it's back with
Sweeper
Allison.
keeper.
Allison who's basically playing not as a sweeper as a centre back. I think like where he positioned himself. Canate now.
Good ball.
Well, ball to Milner, who's playing almost in the right wing position. Mane's running off the ball is brilliant at this point. Chelsea desperately get every single ball, and Reece James tracked Mane right way across.
Was it? The camera went to Milner, so it might have been from Milner. Yeah, it was Milner.
To be fair, it was 4 into one there. Someone was going to get hurt.
Yeah. Milner didn't really.
Milner couldn't stop, really. I don't think he see James.
I think he could. I think he could have stopped. It wasn't much contact, but in the end, it looked really bad. Like, I don't think Milner went crazy on that. Like, I know he has a reputation for being a hard nut, but it's not like he went in full throttle or out of control or anything. But
you say that last season, Graham, he only got booked 3 times.
He probably didn't play that much either, though. In all fair. He's not a regular. That's
33 games he played in the league last year.
How many minutes did he average a game?
I couldn't tell you off my head, Graham.
Not much, I'm guessing. How many did he start?
Well, we had so many injuries in midfield, Graham. Quite a few, I imagine.
Yeah. He couldn't really go on those rash runs out because he had to play defense quite a few times.
The thing is, because we had to play Henderson and Fabinho at centre half at times last season. So we're looking for Werner,
like he's getting ready,
who can't get a game. Chelsea maybe about to get some minutes here.
Oh, Robertson
with a miscontrolled ball, and Lukaku been Chelsea screaming for a penalty.
Pretty well.
Trent put it behind for a corner.
It's a good tackle to regroup. They needed that.
Yeah, so Canate done really well, and then Trent comes across very, very nicely. Canate bought him the time he needed to get back. Well done, Ibrahim Canate.
Van Dijk was covering as well at that point. They did enough.
And Mount's going to take the corner. 14
Chelsea's
minutes to go.
Corner.
And it's straight into Allison's hands.
Yep.
And he plays outside, and the red arrows scream forward in formation. Trent Alexander-Arnold is on the left wing at this point.
Get there, Thiago.
Thiago gets there first. All goes out of play on the far side. There's been some afters here with Reece James. And a yellow card has finally been shown. Jorginho is saying, what about the one earlier? Sort of thing. Like, maybe you shouldn't be drawing attention to things that happened earlier in the game. Because Thiago cleared it well. And then, Thiago went spilling. What is the thing? Is another day, that's a perfect tackle from James. He's a half a second behind.
It's kind of close. It's like the Milner one. In the end, there wasn't that much contact, but it looks really bad when you see
a couple of them
player
now.
who went
That's
down.
What it is. So
I'm sure it's painful for him, but you've seen far worse challenges than that in cup finals.
This is it. So
but that momentum thing, it's tough.
So Thiago looks like he's having to readjust his pads, and Chelsea players are trying to get up, but he's rolled over on. He's taking his time, and no one can begrudge him that.
I don't like that when the opposition tries to pick you up. Like, if you've fallen down or if you've injured yourself like that, when you're ready to get up. And if you put your hand out and ask to be pulled up, I think that's different. But if you're just the other player just trying to get you don't know what pain that person's in. You just let him take his time. It's not like he's wasting time. Liverpool are not trying to waste time at this point. And any time that's lost will be added in at the end of the 90 anyway. So I think you just need to back off. I think the ref that should be like a free kick. You've got to be 10 yards away. There's no reason to be anywhere near that close to that player.
Oh, he's going to back him up in a minute. Yeah, he's put the phone down. He's going to be marking up a moment. Robertson's over the ball. Lower Trent. Henderson has come forward to talk to his players. And in a moment, referee will be he's marking out now, and he's encouraging Chelsea player to come back with him. And the good thing about that phone is that there's no excuse anymore. Like, I was 10 yards. You're not.
Yep.
So he put the phone down 10 yards
The
away.
one-person wall.
I think they're more worried about the people in the other wall.
Liverpool player down in the box as well.
Oh, and it's volleyed back in by Milner.
I wonder if he saw the player down and was like, I just want the ball out, because he stayed down.
Canate doesn't
It's
stay
Canate,
down.
yeah.
He is held to see by
not...
2 Chelsea players.
Mm-hmm. Like, he's a difficult person to knock over.
Indeed,
Looks like he's okay.
He is a walking tree, is Ibrahim Canate.
Yeah.
Just over 10 to play at Wembley. Chelsea 0, Liverpool 0, but can someone unlock one of the defences here? There seems to be someone knocking at the doors. And Henderson picks it out of mid-air. Back to Thiago. Middle of the park to Mane. Jota. Milner. Jota is body checked.
Free kick on the area.
Didn't give it. He let Mane go on.
Nope. He said no.
Trent Alexander, dummies. Pulisic.
Oh, heavy touch from Thiago again.
Still Thiago short. Kante. Lukaku on the left now. And it's an easy clearance by Van Dijk. Lukaku had a terrible game. Now I've said that, of course.
Oh, I'm worried. Yeah, I said worse things as well. Like, I'm ready for it to come back and bite me, but it's true. At this point, that's a totally true statement. We're 80 minutes into this game.
We're seeing an advert around the ground at the moment for Isuzu, the trucks. And back in a moment, Chelsea put the ball across and it came by Alisson.
Easily.
Reminded when Thiago was playing for Bayern Munich, the great clip out there of Thiago playing the ball to someone on the far side of the field. There was nobody there. He saw a part on the advertising hoarding going forward. He thought it was the left back, so that the actual left winger had to race to keep it in play. That's really funny to watch. I show you, it's really funny seeing Thiago make a random mistake like that.
Ball played out to the left, and Thiago chased after. Just couldn't quite keep it in, but he was close. There was no Chelsea players anywhere near him. Prince
William in the royal box is looking nonplussed. He's saying, like, I've got dinner at 7. Come on, boys. The Chelsea fans looking equally flummoxed. It's kind of 6:30 here in the United Kingdom. It's a glorious evening here, though, in the United Kingdom, which is something at least. Canate volleys it back forward.
Nice
one in the air.
Thiago
wins up the header nicely. It has fallen to reach James, who chips the ball forward. And again, Milner and Henderson take over in that side of the midfield. Thiago to Mane.
Here we go.
Jota looking for Mane. Finds Diaz.
It's
wide.
Close.
Yeah, looks at the heavens.
Switched from the left to the right, and it really broke for them there. There was some nice little interchange.
And Diaz looks at the crowd and throws his arms in the air to try and bring the energy of the Kop to Wembley. It's a great ball for Mane. Puts Diaz in, and another day back on it, rippling. It's a great ball for Mane. Mendy was beaten. Hit the post. Actually, it hit the post. On our screens, it was too quick before it hit the side. Nothing. Trent Alexander shuffles it back to Alisson, who plays it to Canate and back to Trent. Liverpool 14 attempts to 7 for Chelsea, but the only one that matters is that they both had 2 on target, but it's still 0-0. As Diaz put the ball out wide, looking for Milner. First time ball in. From Robertson. Thiago wins the ball high up. The Liverpool crowds roar. Henderson, Thiago, Liverpool turning the screw here. Is there a goal in normal time?
Come on, get back in the middle, Jota. Nope, couldn't get it past the
this time by
yellow jerseys. I think that was Robertson that hit the post from
It
the
was.
reaction from the TV camera. Yeah,
It was. I couldn't get the words out.
yeah, that was nice work by Diaz switching back onto the left again. They're all
now
over the
on
place.
left wing. The referee is holding play up.
Talking to Thiago, I think. Yeah, the switching of positions is really good to keep Chelsea on their feet.
Milner's ball across. It was.
It looked like it was off his knee rather than his foot.
It was off his shin.
Yeah.
That was what a moment that would have been.
Oh, Lukaku's going on.
Lukaku's going off.
Woo, we're safe, Matt. Our comments about him not having his best game.
It's not going to happen. So is it who's rubbing the green? It's Ziyech. I called it, Graham.
Yeah, I think it's a sensible call.
It doesn't try to bite me in the arse. Wouldn't be the first time.
I don't like it when a team hits the post and dominates like this, and twice in a row. It's you think it's those chances missed, and the other team are going to punish you. I'm nervous now for 5 minutes or so.
This is it. So the question is, with Liverpool still got one sub to make, does Jurgen make one before extra time?
And also, if Liverpool had scored in the it's 85th minute now, like the 83rd or the 84th minute, that's so little time for the other team to come back as well.
This is it.
It's like a perfect time to score. But those chances are starting to come again now, so that's good.
Chelsea I think Chelsea should they take extra time, you feel?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Credit
to Milner for that cross as well. That cross to Robertson was beautiful.
Well, Robertson trying to put Diaz in behind.
Hoofed away. Not very far, though.
Robertson winning the ball, and so now Henderson, Thiago, and Milner in that midfield are dominating possession, and the ball goes out to Alonso. Milner forces Alonso to deliver it early, and Henderson was back there with the goalkeeper to make sure it doesn't go down. And here comes Trent Alexander-Arnold again.
That's the free kick.
He bundled to the floor and wins the free kick. Chelsea are not happy about it. Ziyech. Oh, Mason Mount says words which are not suitable for public television. It's effing BS, he says to him. It is a foul. He dragged him to the ground. Mount was not happy about that. Mason Mount, of course, has lost. I
don't think Jorginho was either. He was clearly protesting as well. I think he developed
I don't speak Italian, Graham. I do speak English. So I couldn't translate.
No, I could see from Jorginho's reactions, though. It was a petulant stomp again and the throwing of the arms and come on.
Well, he's flamboyant Italian. We let him off. Like, bibbidi bobbidi. That's you, Maxie. Trent put his arm up. All goes in. Van Dijk, under pressure, puts it behind for a goal kick.
Yep. Good defending. Two and a half minutes plus injury time.
Jurgen puts his arm behind his back and starts pacing the touchline. Tuchel is sitting down looking at his iPad. Liverpool fans looking frustrated. One fan is standing up. Everyone behind you can't see, mate. Sit down. The Chelsea players try the quick ball out, and it works on this occasion. Over to Thiago. Milner on the left side now.
Oof.
And Henderson with the ball. Here's Thiago. Diaz into the box.
Chelsea
pulls it back, but there's nobody on that occasion.
He overcooked
Chalobah forces the ball off the pitch. Kante's a misplaced pass. I'm not often you can say that out that in the go, Kante. Milner back out to Robertson. Ball in.
Too easy.
Oh, just a little bit too close.
Too easy. I was expecting Jota to kind of run in front of the keeper, though. He looked like he was stood still. I don't know if he was going the opposite direction, but
very possible.
Couldn't change direction quickly, but you expect
him on the right side at midfield three now. They are just this Liverpool squad is just so fluid today. Marley still pressing. It's not quite as energetic now. Liverpool fans are getting quite tired. Robertson across here, Thiago as well.
Ooh, that's a lot of space right there.
And Trent Alexander-Arnold, Trent was a great clearance by Trent Alexander-Arnold.
I think that's a foul. Yeah, Trent's furious. He pulled his arm back.
But Trent won the ball and kept it in play.
But it should have been a free kick though to Liverpool because Chelsea got the ball back.
Unfortunately, you can't keep screaming for it now, Graham. It's all over. Into the 90th minute here at Wembley. Still Chelsea 0, Liverpool 0.
Hey, I'm impressed with those math skills. I'd have thought with it saying 89 something that you'd have thought it was the 89th minute. I'm proud of you there, buddy.
Chelsea don't keep it in play though. Go that way. It was put it out for a throw here. A wry smile on the face of Jurgen Klopp. Chelsea fans, with one Chelsea fan there with a fantastic head of hair. And the Liverpool fans are trying to rouse the players once more as we inch towards the 90th minute. And Diaz,
go
away! He's away! It's with Diaz. Diaz!
It didn't curl enough again.
We're into time lost here at Wembley. 3 minutes have been added on.
Just needs that extra little bit of curl. He just not quite got it today. Oh, he controlled that off his back.
That was
the strength there to keep that ball is amazing.
Indeed, and yeah, another day. That's in the back of the net. Yeah, good work, Dave Thiago Silva, for forcing him to put it that far wide.
Now, one of the few things I've said is that like Mendy, like he's had it covered. He did not have that covered. He was at full stretch and he could not get there. If that would have been inside the post, that was definitely.
You need to thank his centre half there for that for sure.
Thiago
Mane brings it down here. Mane wins it and keeps it.
Oh, nice turn. That's got to be a foul.
Foul has been given. Chelsea scream about the foul being given. Trying to waste some more time.
Less than 2 minutes to go.
A Liverpool score from this. It will be very, very hard for Chelsea to come back from it. It is a foul.
I can see why Chelsea were complaining.
It is a soft foul.
Mane went down very easily. It was a foul.
Take quickly. Trent had gone tripping the ball in, looking for Diaz. He just keeps it before Mane can get there in the second attempt. Great work by Edouard Mendy, considering his entire back line is switched off.
Does Mendy have cramp there, or was that from the challenge?
He did have to stretch quite a way to get there. Great thinking by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Henderson and Trent so quickly, and it was chipped in, and Diaz at the back post, and then before Konate, could get there. And Konate...
Mane didn't touch him. Konate didn't touch him. He jumped out the way to avoid any contact.
Konate did trip over him, but he didn't try to claim anything there. We're looking at Rudiger and Thiago Silva talking there. We're looking at a very affluent-looking gentleman as Mendy trying to waste as much time as possible. We were literally 30 seconds away from extra time here.
So if we go to extra time, I get bonus pay for this appearance then, right?
Absolutely.
1.5, I think, right?
Time and 3/4.
Time and 3/4, okay. I just wanted to check. I didn't have the contract in front
of me.
Thiago
puts it into the corner. He was expecting Jota to be there, but he wasn't. We're a second away still here, but it's not a done deal. Given how much Chelsea have been trying to waste time. We are at 93 now. We are going to extra time, full time, 0-0 at Wembley.
Got any little commercials you can play, Matt?
I actually do. If you give me one moment, sir. So yeah, we are. Had to have another half an hour of action here at Wembley. It is, as I say, full time, Chelsea 0, Liverpool 0, extra time to be played. Whilst we get a chance to quickly get our breath back, why don't you guys check out one of our amazing things we have on our audio side of Radio Tekkers was the waiting room.
It all started when coronavirus hit and the world went a little caca. In a blink of a cosmic clock, I went from working full-time to sofa test pilot, which could have been fun, if I knew how to Zoom. Fortunately, I had help, an observer from the project named Sai. Unfortunately, Sai is not tech-savvy, so all he could do was lend moral support.
Hello!
Anyway, here I am, bouncing around these four walls, putting edits in where it once went wrong, a sort of low-budget Chris Moyles, with Sai as my comedy Dave. So here we are with our microphones, on Radio Tekkers, in what we call the waiting room.
Oh boy.
Indeed, the waiting room out every Friday on Radio Tekkers on the audio stream. And of course, thank you, Cody. Even though Hannah's not here, it'd be ill of me to not quickly plug, of course, again, TripSurfer.
This broadcast of Radio Tekkers is brought to you in part by our partners over at TripSurfer Vacations. Yes, summer is here again, and we know that you're ready for a much-needed vacation. TripSurfer Vacations has great all-inclusive packages for your next beach vacation and all the info that you need to know about your next trip. So whether you're headed to Cancun, Cozumel, Cabo, or the Caribbean, TripSurfer Vacations has you covered. We even have partnerships for American and European adventures as well. You'll enjoy fine dining, a drink in hand, toes in the sand, and some much-needed R&R. We know you're ready to go, so it's simple. Visit TripSurferVacations.com and let them know that Radio Tekkers sent you. Again, that's TripSurferVacations.com. Y'all have fun out there.
Indeed, that's TripSurferVacations.com. Tell them Radio Tekkers sent you. Thank you, Tanner. I didn't know it was in here, so thanks for not telling me that's something I need to do beforehand, buddy. I'll make sure I wrote you for that one live one. Yeah, why not? We're seeing the added chance right at the end here, growing in the UK, and it's so close.
Yeah.
So close.
The line at the toilets was very short. Couldn't find myself a meat pie. I guess it's a half-time meat pie, not a full-time meat pie. But besides that, that was the commercials.
Van Dijk coming off.
Oh, Matip. I don't think that's a good sign, Matt.
Van Dijk must let you just think about rotation. I'm not sure.
You think?
I don't know. I can't hear you. But Matip hasn't let Liverpool down all season.
Oh, no doubt about it at all. But I don't think Van Dijk's the type of person that you bring off. I just, unless there's something wrong. And particularly, how many subs do they have left now then? One?
Liverpool still have one to make in it after time started.
Yeah, I'll be curious to, once again, find out a little bit more. But yeah, I'd be surprised if that's tactical. I have no problems with Matip. Don't get me wrong.
Him and Kanté will do the best they can do.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm very surprised to see Van Dijk off as the light is bright here at Wembley, of course. As I say, we are now about to start extra time here at Wembley. We'll bring you the entire 30 minutes of it here. Certainly didn't expect to see Van Dijk come off.
I got an interesting.
He was not moving comfortably.
I got an interesting stat that I just saw on Twitter from Squawker. Neither Liverpool or Chelsea have lost an FA Cup final when it has gone to extra time. Liverpool beat Everton in 1989 and West Ham, of course, in 2006. And Chelsea beat Leeds in 1970 and Manchester United in 2007. So obviously something has to give there. But yeah, two very evenly placed teams right now.
Indeed, as Conor Cape in the chat, this might very well go to penalties. If they're possible. As we're back on the way here already, with 10 seconds in extra time, and the ball is with Reece James on the far side.
I'm kind of hoping your prediction is right, Max. It would be a very exciting extra time if it was true.
It wouldn't just Graham at that point. I think 3-0 out the window, Graham. I was saying to Chris that I'd like a I'm like a 3-0 game, so it's all done and dusted. I can just reset and be ready for things this evening, but it didn't look like I'm going to get that.
I predicted 3 goals total as well, so I was way off.
Chris did say it was ambitious of me, so. As Chalobah tries to think it forward, looking with Ziyech, who was buoyant by Henderson to Mane. How much more of Liverpool's front line got in the tank, Graham, do you reckon?
I think they'll be okay. I think that they're a team that are rotated. Klopp's pretty good at towards the end of games pulling people off with 20 minutes to go. They got a good squad now. It's not just a first 11. They got strength in depth, so they've been rotating people in.
Milner's ball in, Milner's ball forward, and Mane stretched for it and missed it, and chose that position back.
As you said earlier, like they're used to playing that press. They do it the whole time. They're used to doing it continually. So doing it for 90 minutes, that's what they do. That's the level of fitness that they have right now. So I didn't notice any drop off in the League Cup final from what I can remember. So I think they'll be fine. I think both teams will be fine. Obviously, if you've made a final, you've got a good squad, you've got good fitness, you've got a good team. It'll come down to one of those chances. I'm saying we've had a few already. We had a few that hit the post, a few that have gone just wide. It's just going to be one of those chances that just gets the other side of the post, probably. But two very even teams.
Van Dijk was really trying.
Yeah,
Well, he's not crying, but he's certainly rubbing his face laughing.
Yeah, frustration for sure.
Mm. But if Firmino looks like he's getting ready to come on, he's certainly the man you'd think they'd bring on if it gets to a penalty. He's a good penalty taker.
I would like to see Bobby come on anyway, just as that creative player. I don't think you're taking Diaz off right now. It would be tough to take Mane off. Obviously, you're not taking Jota off because he came on as a sub as it was anyway. But I would like to see he offers something a little different.
The question you got to ask is, who do you take off?
That's the question. Right now, if I had to pick somebody to take off to bring on Bobby, it would be Mane, I think.
I think if you're looking to put another man on to take a penalty, leave it late so we can take off Thiago.
That could be true. Because
Thiago, he's probably very good with a penalty, but Bobby Firmino, it's bread and butter, isn't it? As they shows to break the Liverpool back line.
Lonzo's free on the far side. Couldn't get it across.
Matip blocks it, goes behind for a corner. Matip is given a high five slap by Henderson.
There was a couple of free yellow shirts on that left side, but they just couldn't get the ball across. But Matip dealt with it beautifully. Yeah, it looked like Trent was dealing with two people if the ball had to come across.
Lonzo for corner for Chelsea.
Milner up.
And
Mount convincing.
Hits up in the air, just goes nowhere, and then Henderson clears it out to Jota.
Mane's free on the right. Oh, sorry, not Mane. I apologize. Diaz. I was like, he's on the right side now?
Diaz on the right side now, yes.
He's been all over the place.
Yeah, and running Kante ragged. And then Diaz runs into the back of Mason Mount to remind him he's still there. But Kante was under real pressure from Diaz the whole way back. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Henderson, back to Trent. It was a terrible ball by Trent. It's back to Chelsea again. And it's Pulisic looking for Alonso and finds him. Milner's in, Canate, that looked like a proof for everything to get up.
Did, yeah. It wasn't like a hand, it was with his shoulder. It was strength there, but I don't think he would be doing that in the penalty area.
Referee weighs it off.
There's no good coming from that. He wasn't getting there, so.
I think of Robertson. Thiago. Can I take you back to Matip? Diaz.
So Jota's out on the left now then?
I imagine so at the moment, yes.
I wonder what Klopp saw that made him wanted to switch that. Because Diaz was certainly having success out on the left. So.
Diaz had some success. But maybe he's seen something in Rudiger. Maybe he's a little bit more tired, perhaps. And look, they're showing a replay now of Pablo Canate. Showing a replay. Okay, slow down a bit, guys. The commentary team in the UK is saying that's a penalty.
He
Wasn't
pushed him
given.
over, that's for sure.
Trent wins it off Alonso quite easily, and Diaz knocks it forward.
Oh, let's
and
go.
Mane steps over with it.
Oh, Rudiger's quick.
Rudiger pushes Mane over, and no foul given. So both ends, that's even it out as far as I'm concerned.
I didn't think Rudiger was that much quicker than Mane. The speed he got back was crazy.
To be fair, if you're not going to ball at your feet, you should be faster.
I understand that, but just the rate that he closed him down, Mane was so far ahead.
Maybe I guess my idea about Rudiger being tired out is wrong. But Rudiger has just bent over and touched his toes, so he looks a bit worn out. Reece James bring it forward. It's out to Alonso again. He's tackled beautifully in the end by Jurgen. Jota's on the right side again now.
Who's then switched back to the right. My gosh, these Liverpool guys have really got some miles in today.
Absolutely.
Woo.
Marcus and Diaz is coming off for Bobby Firmino.
Okay. Oh, Diaz knows he could have won this game already a couple of times.
Mm-hmm. Chelsea, Liverpool fans applauding their newest hero, a man who has already got one trophy in his cabinet in his short time. But no goal for Diaz today.
All right, Bobby. Let's go.
He's a man for agent.
I know he's been out recently. I think it was an injury. I can't remember what the injury was. So he's definitely well rested compared to some of these players who have played a lot of games recently. So
that is our 4 subs made.
Mm-hmm. And still 20 plus minutes to go. You just hope there's no injury now at any point.
Or worse, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Ball played back to Thiago Silva and Chalobah. I think they're going to do a 4 at the back now, Chelsea. Ball in, looking for Mason Mount, who puts it high wide, not at all handsome. Behind for a goal kick.
He's been very quiet today.
That Mount stat was it surprised me, Graham. I didn't know the Chelsea had been in that many finals with Mount in the team.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, he also has been in, when he was out on loan, obviously playoff finals. That's what I count in there.
He is the number 1 keeper, Connor. Yes. I believe Edison is the second. I think that's right, Matt.
That is indeed correct, Graham, yes. Which is amazing. If you think about the top 2 keepers in the league are the top 2 keepers for Brazil. But Alisson is the favoured pick, yes.
Yeah, and quite rightly. Edison's a really good keeper, but Alisson is definitely the best.
Oh, and great defending by Trent Alexander-Arnold. From under his own crossbar, puts it behind for a corner, I believe. The ball comes in, and Trent gets to it before Pulisic does, and it's out for corner. And it's going to be whipped in here now, I believe, by Mason Mount.
Near post and the white.
No one clears out from the near post. Back now with Alonso and Mount. Mount, who can't beat the first man.
Blocked by Thiago, but it went for a goal. It went for a corner. Sorry.
Went for a corner, indeed.
Swinging it in again.
Indeed. 10 minutes gone in extra time. Chelsea 0, Liverpool 0. They've made all of their changes. Chelsea have still got one if they wish to make it. Do not have to, of course. Mount. Doesn't be the first man again. Milner out again.
Yeah.
Alonso back to Mount. Jorginho back to Alonso. Liverpool's press is coming from back now. Foul given against Thiago. He hasn't booked by now. I'm amazed by that. Marcus Alonso's come a long way from the days when he used to play for Bolton Wanderers, Graham, on loan.
He did? I did not remember that.
He played for Bolton on loan, and they didn't take him on a full-time. Maybe in Sunderland, I'm not sure.
Close.
To be fair,
it was some team.
Bolton's in my head, but I'm probably wrong there. But it's either Bolton or Sunderland. Not quite sure why that's. It kicked off at 4:45 UK time. And then he ended up being bought by Chelsea a couple of years later. It's gone behind for a corner.
Dangerous. That was swung into a much better area than the other ones have been recently. And that puts Liverpool on the back foot there. They can't really get too much on it. There's chances for own goals. They've got to clear it because they know that there's just a touch from Chelsea as a goal. That was a good ball in.
You got Pulisic and Rudiger on the line trying to make it difficult for Alisson. Chalobah's forward there as well. Chalobah's huge.
Yeah, he's towering over Bobby.
Alonso beat the first man, but the header's put behind by the Chelsea man for a goal kick.
Nothing happening there. Man, I can't believe this game's been going on for 100 minutes. This has flown by. Sometimes when I'm watching games, it just feels like I'm kind of bored. I'm doing other things. I'm playing with my phone or whatever. This one, it
probably helps that you do commentary, Graham.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm just chatting with you as far as you might view it as commentary. I view it as watching the game and chatting with you at the same time. Like, I'm aware people can hear our comments, but I'm not thinking of it like that. But this game there's been so much involved in this game that there's
Indeed, if you are just joining us here, then welcome Radio Tekkers. This is me, Matt, and that is Graham, and we're providing you with live alternative commentary to the 2022 FA Cup final from Wembley between Chelsea and Liverpool. Don't forget to give us a like, share, and subscribe for Radio Tekkers, both here on YouTube and on Twitch, and of course on the old Twitter as well.
Mm-hmm. Considering that normally within a few minutes it's spiraled off the main game and it's talking about anything but the game, there hasn't been a chance to really do that. We had a very brief attempt to try and get some food talk in, and it quickly went straight back to the action because it's just been like that the whole time.
Indeed. Chat's a little quiet normally because most of the people who are in the chat normally are at the pub watching the game. So, because I remember Mr. Dan Griffin said that he'd love to have been in the chat, but he's been absconded by the family.
That's fair enough.
That's fair enough, of course. Watch on demand, sir. Watch on demand. And
I think
let's
see what's happening with Trent here. Trent's on the right hand side. Jota to Milner.
Milner looking to try and put Trent in. That's put behind. Put out for a throw. Thiago Silva grimacing there. He's not a happy man, is he?
I think he was stretching again. They've been working him hard. He's had a busy day.
He's not a young man either, is he, anymore?
No, I think he's 36. I think he's
wins the corner.
Yep. I was going to say, I think it was 2 weeks ago that I can't remember who else was in the chat, but I know we were posting so many things that we made Tanner actually miss the goal. I think on 2 occasions, within about 30 seconds, he's like, "Oh, there's a goal."
That must have been last Sunday.
Perhaps it was last Sunday. That's pretty funny. It's nice I can actually watch the game and chat with you.
Put the ball in. Punched up by Mendy. Retrieved by Thiago. Robertson. Chelsea out again. Thiago again.
Whistle's gone.
And whistle's gone.
Oh, it's half time in extra time.
Half time in extra time.
Yep. Yeah. Normally, I can't watch the games because I don't have. Well, it's a bit. You never seem to review anything that's on Peacock, unfortunately. So it's normally something that's on USA or Telemundo or something. So I'm normally listening to you guys, but I'm normally watching something else at the same time. Like I can watch wrestling highlights or disc golf highlights, has happened before as well. So. But it's nice to be able to physically watch the game and know what you guys. As much as I love to hear you wax lyrical and try and transform your beautiful words, Matt, into an image in my head, it is nice to be able to see it on the actual screen as well.
Let's the flirting, Graham. Let's the flirting. Okay, you're on the show. What more do you want? So you talk about disc golf, Graham. Were you surprised when I shared a video game talking about disc golf?
I was, yeah. When you said it's gaming, and I was like, I'm not even going to click. But then you said, I was like, okay, you don't normally do this. So I was like, there's obviously got to be something in there there's a reason why you've actually sent this to me. So, yeah.
You're quite surprised about it. There's no disc golf video game it's not an actual disc golf game. But it was. No. I saw the golf basket and I thought you straight away. And at half time, extra time, the Liverpool fans are reenacting the cop around Wembley. The scarves are all up. The song is being sung. They're singing "They're all Cologne" as loud as they can. Klopp has got all the fans, all the crowd of players together, and he was shouting and waving his fist. Thiago Silva's got a towel over his head, and they're trying to pump him up further. Chelsea are trying to return favour by applauding and waving flags. How much more Thiago Silva got in his tank? He looks exhausted.
He looks like the ref's about to throw in that towel.
You think
he's putting a good shift today?
Absolutely. Thomas Tuchel, who for me has been my manager of the year, not for something on the pitch, for happening off the pitch. Sure. He's had to deal with COVID questions. He's had to deal with the Abramovich situation, of course. Thank you, Chris. Fun to think of work words. Thank you. Off the pitch, he's had to be dealing with so much crap. I'm like, he's not here for this. He's here to coach the team. Mm-hmm. Let him do it. And under the circumstances, I think he's done a bloody good job. There's a flare been thrown onto the pitch, then the stewards have already taken care of that, and it's been removed. Well done, that steward. The Chelsea players are taking their time to come back on. Looks like we might have a substitution coming on. It's Cesar Azpilicueta. And
Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
For Pulisic and Chalobah. Azpilicueta has taken the armband. My math is correct here, Graham. I believe that means they've had more than that many subs then. Who did Azpilicueta come on for? You see?
I didn't see that part. Oh, it was sorry, I did see. It's the Chuck guy, number 14. Chalobah, thank you. It was him. And Ruben Loftus-Cheek came on for Pulisic. Yeah, obviously, you know that Lukaku went off as well. Was there a fourth sub then?
I'm going to look at a moment. It's on the bottom of the screen.
Kante came on as well. So, yeah, they've used all four.
3.
Kante came on for Kovacic as well.
Yeah.
And Ziyech for Lukaku. So, yeah, that's 4.
And here is Loftus-Cheek. And he's robbed by Henderson. Trying to win the ball back desperately. Thiago.
Well played.
And well played by Mane.
That back heel for Milner was ridiculous. They were going forward, and that took all the momentum out of it. I think he was trying to get too fancy down on that. Just get the ball forward. There was no reason to do that.
Trent Alexander-Arnold has had a great defensive performance in this game. Mm-hmm. Henderson is still sprinting at this stage of the game as well. That's unbelievable. Just joining us in the chat, welcome. It's 0-0 in the second half of extra time between Liverpool and Chelsea from Wembley. There we go. Like, share, and subscribe to Radio Tekkers. Jurgen Klopp is screaming at anyone who will listen to him on the sideline. And forward come Chelsea again. Reece James whipping the ball in. Chelsea wanting a penalty off of Trent Alexander-Arnold, not happening. I believe we have a little Liverpool fan joining us. Hello to JGB Jackson.
He's not a Liverpool fan, though. He's been cheering Manchester City on
Yeah.
in the last few games.
Have you now?
He's got his new Japan shirt on for ready.
You looking forward to it, Jackson? Looking forward to it?
I said there's not. I don't think he would manage a whole game anyway, but I said there's not long left.
Yeah,
13 minutes and penalties.
Maybe penalties.
Maybe. If there's no goals, it'll be penalties. It's been a good game, even though it's been 0-0.
Oh yeah.
Indeed. I will watch my language, Grant.
Commercials on like the part with the commercials in the background for different countries.
They do. How do you know that?
I somehow found on YouTube. I
Ah.
found out everything on YouTube. Somehow.
Apparently, Pulisic is the second American to start both the League Cup and FA Cup final in the same season after John Harkes with Sheffield Wednesday in 1993. That's a fact I didn't know.
Oh, Mane just ran into the back of him.
No, it wasn't a foul at all, no.
No.
Chelsea trying to push out here. Massive across. Those long legs. Oh, what a great tackle by John Matip under pressure.
What about the
Chelsea.
Trent.
Oh, that's a
Trent
good ball.
looking for Jurgen Jota. It's a long ball, but Jota looks up to see who's with him. Plays it back. That's too short for Robertson. Chelsea try and play their way out again. Kante against Canate. That's not a fair fight. It's back now with Alisson Becker. Tuchel's not happy. He wants a free kick. I do admire the passion he's got as Matip plays it forward now to Milner. He then plays it back to Trent. Cross to Canate. Thiago. Henderson.
Ooh.
Mane, good tackle from behind. One fairly, said the referee. As the cross comes Matip and shepherded it back to Alisson. Canate had a very mature game here.
It could be. Jackson just asked if the ET was Eastern Standard Time.
One could argue it, but no, it's not. It's extra time, Jackson. Extra time.
But it could have. But it is the same letters.
It is the same
So
abbreviation.
it could just be both as well.
At some point it would be. At some point,
20 minutes past midnight or 20 minutes past midday either. I kind of feel like I'm totally out of the time zone right now, Matt, because we recorded Good Cop, Bad Cop early this morning instead of like in an afternoon.
Simicast is coming on, Graham.
An FA Cup final at a weird time as well. From my perspective, I still consider FA Cups 3 o'clock.
Graham, Liverpool making another
really
change, Graham. I think you can make 5 subs in the FA Cup, Graham.
Oh, I guess you can.
Of course
if
you can.
Going on.
So Robertson's coming off for Simicast.
I can't imagine. Oh, Greek Scouser's coming on. I can't imagine they take Robertson off for nothing. I like that substitution. 10 minutes to go. Get some fresh
little
legs.
tiger he is.
Robertson's made a couple of mistakes in recent games, so as you get tired, you're more likely to make those mistakes. I think that's a good substitution.
Indeed, he's hungry. He's hungry, Simicast.
Oh, he is. Yeah.
Which makes you wonder then, of course, I didn't get 5 subs in the Cup, but do you then get a 6th sub in extra time? If that's the case, we could see one more sub yet.
I guess that's how it's gone. I'm just wondering then if it is. Let's assume it is only 5 for a second. Then Matt, does that mean that Chelsea are saving their last substitution for the goalkeeper for the penalty shootout?
Yeah, possibly.
Do you think they're going to do that again?
I think they would be very brave to do that again, Graham.
I assume Mendy's playing goalkeeper.
They are allowed to make 5 subs, and if in extra time, you can make a 6th sub. So Chelsea have 2 more they can make. Liverpool can make 1 more if they want to.
Okay.
So I'm not sure who is on the sub bench left for Liverpool, but you can name 9.
We got Soupgate going on there, Chris.
No, Chris is just feeding Cody. Putting his biscuits down for him, bless him. So Liverpool still have on the bench available to come on Gomez, Jones, Origi, and Kelleher. Origi would be the shout you would imagine for penalty.
He has a chance to. He's an Anfield legend already. He'd have a chance to be a real Liverpool hero, wouldn't he?
Chelsea
has that even been confirmed yet? The move, like last night, I
think it's not a rumor about it still.
Yeah, it's still just
Chelsea. Chelsea have the option of bringing on Kepa, Werner, Sol, Ross Barkley, or Sarr. You imagine they would bring. You imagine they'd throw on Werner for a shootout, and you'd imagine maybe Sol. And but in Chelsea, we're in here.
Trent's got it.
Trent again. Last
and
man
Milner
back
with
defending.
a big leap as well.
Trent Alexander-Arnold has single-handedly tarnished those rumours that he can't defend. Today, he proved he can. And defend well, too.
In fairness, those claims normally come from Manchester United fans. And it's
they come from a lot of people watching on Tekkers usually as well, Graham.
Uh-huh. I just wonder with so little time left how much they are going to push. Like, neither team wants to concede at this point. Both teams, I'm sure, will feel comfortable in a penalty shootout. Like, Chelsea will feel like they did everything right in the last one, with the exception of the keeper missing a penalty. And Liverpool will feel confident with their penalty takers as well because they didn't miss any. I just wonder if both teams are kind of happy, okay, at this point, let's just get to penalties.
We are 6 minutes away from penalties here.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Firmino tackled well in the park.
It's a handball, but play on.
Play on is given.
Does not want to play on for some reason. I don't know why. Play to the whistle.
I think he wanted to wait some time.
Probably, yeah. That's putting him under a little pressure. I don't know why you pass it back there at that point.
And the ball's gone out of play. It's completely unnecessary ball to be dropped out.
Chelsea fans are shaking their head from the coverage in the US.
And it comes from the UK, it's exactly the same, Graham.
Yeah.
So Karte plays it back to Alisson. Matip. Looking to go forward, but he's probably been told to stay back with no Van Dijk there, or for being to fill in for him. As the ball goes, bad headed by Kante, but Reece James comes away with it still. 5 to play at Wembley, plus any time lost, as Tsimikas shepherded it back to Alisson. That's his job. So he's clearly the shepherd.
It was a nice back heel by Mason Mount, but unfortunately for Chelsea, that Tsimikas was alert to what was going on.
Tsimikas now started to trot forward a little bit as Thiago comes to receive the ball deep. Square to Matip. Back to Thiago. Bobby Firmino wins it. Plays in Tsimikas.
Oh, yeah, it's a free kick.
Tsimikas.
He tried to play an advantage, but Tsimikas was off balance and just couldn't make the most of it. So
Tsimikas is such a he knows he's not first choice, but
that should be a yellow card for Reece James. Reece James knew what he was doing. He put his arm out to slow him down after he passed.
I'll be honest, Graham. That's a soft free kick.
No, I disagree. That's a yellow card, I think. He put his arm out. He knew what he was doing. He was trying to put on.
He did, but he barely made contact, Graham. So I think it's a little soft. So I'm grateful for it. So the guy delivered it deep.
Bobby with a jump. Ooh.
And
Matip
tried to keep it in play, but so 3.5 to play.
You probably want to see a shootout, right? You'd
Penalty.
probably rather see penalties than a last-minute goal, right?
No.
They did.
No clear favourite. Penalty shootout is, in terms of penalty shootout, every person taking one should always score. The keeper should never ever save, because at this level you should be able to bury your chances.
I disagree with you there. The keeper is going to guess right occasionally, not through any skill, but just through random chance. So
The thing, Thiago Silva has cramped up again. Liverpool are down at the left side of, as we're looking for on the coverage. So you would think that if Liverpool won the toss, they go down that end. As here comes Ross Barkley, the forgotten man.
Ross Barkley for Thiago Silva? Is that what the changes?
Thiago Silva is still on the pitch at the moment, obviously. Milner's chasing everything down. Thiago Silva with a loose pass.
He's not the Chelsea model.
It's average.
Marley putting pressure on Mendy, and then back to Rudiger at left back spot. The pressure is mounting here. Liverpool with a free kick in advanced position. Mark Alonso laughing about it, saying not a foul. Was given.
Under two.
It's a throw-in being given, not a free kick, but the change has still not been made.
Mane couldn't control it really.
Henderson headed it back in. Headed out by Alonso. Back in there by Thiago. Henderson again. Firmino. Trent Alexander is all playing the right winger at this point.
Thiago's won a few good headers in this match. He's not like the tallest player, but he
Thiago
really
has been winning
really
a lot of
gets
aerial
up.
duels.
Not Thiago Silva.
No, it's
Loftus
Loftus Cheek.
So did the substitute get injured or something?
No, he's done it before. He's done this before.
Seems weird to
Loftus
put him on
Cheek.
just for 15 minutes. That's really strange.
Now I've done before. I've got to do that, and then Barkley.
For Loftus Cheek. Oh, that's a free kick to Liverpool.
How long is that?
That's an odd one. Not quite. I have seen him sub. I've seen him sub before, but never one that's only been on the pitch for 10 minutes before there's an injury. He didn't look happy.
Yeah, this is our last chance. Just knock it in there and hope somebody can get a head on it, okay? I think that's what he's probably saying. You just got to get it in the mixer at this point.
Over on Twitch, welcome, Ori, Madam Ori. Who are these yahoos on my stream? They look so familiar. Hey, Ori, it's Radio Tekkers here.
This is Ori's favourite part when it's no goals. It's gone into extra time.
Yeah, but it's okay because I'm not holding anything up because I'm not part of changing attitude, so it's fine. We have now got 1 minute of stoppage time left before we are headed for penalties.
Liverpool throw. They don't seem in a big rush to take it. No, they're passing it back, and yeah, they're playing for penalties now. They're done.
Luis Diaz has been given the Man of Match award in the United Kingdom. At this point, Graham, I'd like to ask you for your Man of the Match.
I'm happy with Diaz. I'm happy with Diaz as well.
For
There's
me,
plenty of midfielders who played really strongly today. Trent obviously got up and down as well.
ball in deep.
Diaz is the one that's the game changer for me. He had the closest chances, so I would go with Diaz.
Always a draw over on Twitch saying, hello, my dears. Hope you're doing well. I'm sadly at work, killing time, waiting on board, crawfish at lunch. You're very welcome, my dear. You're very welcome, my dear. So we are now heading for penalties. It looks like Chelsea fans. Yes, it has gone to penalties. We are now. So now we, with no frustrations at all, he says, grinding his teeth, we go for another penalty shootout. Chelsea 0, Liverpool 0. Now, of course, the rules of a penalty shootout, for those who may be new to watch Radio Tekkers. You have 5 penalties apiece. If you are still level at the end of 5, we go into sudden death. We go until there is a clear winner.
I don't see Matt playing any commercials right now. Sometimes when we have a break, Jackson, Matt will play a little commercial. So how about we do an improvised commercial? How about you tell everybody about your podcast and where they can find it and what your podcast's all about?
Okay.
Tell them the name of the podcast.
My podcast, JGB Sports, you can find it on SoundCloud, and that's all Dad told me about it.
You can find it on SoundCloud. It's one of the episodes
It's
I'd like
about
to.
baseball.
It's about baseball. Yeah, it had like 150 listens. The episode for the Richmond VCU game. We've got the dates fixed now. We used to watch a game and then we'd record midweek and then we'd release it the following week. There's like an 8-day gap. We managed to record 2 episodes last week, so now we're watching a game at the weekend and then we'll be recording, ready to release on the Monday. Unfortunately, this week we can't watch a game. Right now we sat with you guys. It was supposed to be raining anyway, so I don't think we could have seen a game. There might be a possibility we can get to a game tomorrow afternoon, but I'm going to MCW with Mason to go see the Hardy Boys as well, so I don't know. But yeah, Visionaries Global Media, I think I better give a little shout out to as well. But yeah,
absolutely. And don't forget, of course, to follow JGB. What's the Twitter handle for Jackson?
It's at JGB_Jackson. He's really close to 200 followers as well.
Yeah, so go everyone out there, go give him a follow and tell him what Tekkers said. Yeah, he might even give you a smile.
I think I know the person that runs the account. They will normally give you a follow back if you are sports related or something that's reasonable. If it's just a random account. One thing I have stopped doing, Matt, is any account that follows Good Cop Bad Cop that has 8 numbers at the end of their name, I do not follow anymore. I do not follow them back. I just found that they tend to be very unreliable.
Addison is with Kelleher and Claudio Taffarel and Achterberg. They're all looking over various stats and things. Virgil van Dijk looks like he's in good spirits. At least that's good. Harvey Elliott looking a bit nervous. He's not coming on, obviously. Although, to be fair, I don't know if they can make a sub now. I think you can make a sub before penalty is taken if you want to. But it's usually found on Henderson and Azpilicueta, the official club captains now. Shake hands with referees, and it's now time to decide who is going to what end. Henderson wants to go that end. So they are going to be down the Liverpool end, Graham.
Okay. But are they shooting first?
Now we're talking the corner. So who goes first?
Oh, it's 2 separate ones. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not sure who's going first. You should always want to go first.
He's went to Chelsea first, so
You give him the choice. Give him the choice. We're first or second. That's what he always does. So yeah, because Chris was just checking there because it can be a case of it looks like Mendy is going towards the goal, it seems. So it looks like Liverpool will be taking them first at the Liverpool end.
So my Radio Tekkers curse continues. That's now 90 plus 90 plus 30.
Guaranteed title winner. Oh, no, we're down to Chelsea end.
That's 3.5 hours without any goals while I've been...
I must stand correctly. They're going down to the Chelsea end, not the Liverpool end. So I was wrong on that one. Yes. And the Chelsea end, and Alisson Becker is going to be
goal first. So 0 for 2, Matt. Nice job.
To be fair, I wasn't going to work. Marcus Alonso is going to be first up for Chelsea. Fingers crossed for Liverpool, obviously, but best luck to Chelsea as well. Here we go. Time for penalties. 5 each. Referee checks the ball. Marcus Alonso is ready. Alisson Becker on the line.
Let's go, Allison.
Referee blows his whistle. Good penalty from Alonso.
Yep, that's pretty
He
easy.
was right. He didn't make the change this time, so Kepa is not in goal. It's a good penalty, to be fair.
Yeah, never any doubt.
Who's first up for Liverpool? You'd think it'd be James Milner. And it is James
You're
Milner.
right.
Mr. Reliable. He's very, very dependable from the spot. Edouard Mendy is huge and does take some beating.
And no cheering if Liverpool miss either.
Okay.
Milner with a decent step run up. Puts it in the back of the net. Mendy went the right way, but too much power behind it.
He had a hand on it for sure.
Milner jogs back to the centre circle, kisses his finger, and points to the fans. 1-1. It's a good penalty.
This is going to sound a really strange comment, but the view from behind the penalty taker as you look and you can see the crowd, it looks more like a video game than real life.
Well, that's the video game has that angle, to be fair.
Is that what's making me think that?
This
then?
is Cesar Azpilicueta up next. Why are the strikers not taking them?
Was it
Looks
really
like a
in case
movie.
they start?
Like a new.
Well, to be fair, you start your best.
Oh!
Saved!
No, it hit the post.
Did it post? Did it?
It hit the post.
I thought it was
How much
saved by
bounced
Alisson
back?
Becker. Either way, it's a miss from the club captain, Cesar Azpilicueta.
How much it bounced back? I'm sure that was the post.
Replay coming now.
Yeah, that's the
It
post.
was
Yeah,
the post.
Yeah, Becker went
It
the
was
right
the
way.
post. I've never seen
Too
one pull
high.
their shorts like that before.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oof.
that for a man who's leaving the club end of the season, the club captain, and as a
Allison
punches
likes
the air.
that.
Liverpool score here. They'll take the advantage. Up steps
Thiago.
Thiago.
You said was a terrible penalty taker.
I didn't say he was. I just expected him to put Bobby Firmino on for him for the penalties. Thiago is a great passer of the ball, but what's left from penalty spot? Mendy dancing on the line. Thiago
beautiful.
rolls it in the back of the net.
Yes.
Liverpool
High five.
take the advantage.
Woo.
Chelsea now are on the back foot. Chelsea can't afford to miss this next penalty already.
Reece James.
Reece James coming forward. We're yet to see a striker.
Wow. That is unusual.
5 penalties in, and Chelsea, bearing in mind, have got Mason Mount. They've got Ziyech on the. I mean, granted, Lukaku's gone off, but Pulisic, you expect some of these players to be taking them.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious of tactics right now. And we got Suitgate again going on.
Apologies. And the good penalty from Reece James sends Alisson the wrong way.
Chris, what are you doing?
Putting dinner on.
Straight
Straight down the
there.
middle. It's a chip down the middle that can sometimes go against you.
Yep.
Just James Reece James getting some
Bobby.
high five. Come forward from Bobby Firmino.
Now, you have a Firmino jersey, so you'll be wanting to score, I'm guessing. What do you mean, no? You have a Mo Salah jersey.
One of the
as well.
crowd saying, "Come on, Bobby! Come on, Bobby! Come on, Bobby!"
Let's
We're all
go,
thinking.
Bobby lad.
Everyone in red is thinking the same thing at this point. Firmino against Mendy.
Oof.
Oh, it's
Well,
a little stuttered run up and a chip over Mendy into the back of the net. A very confident penalty. Risky, but it paid off. Didn't stop, but
No,
I don't like those stutting. I don't like those stutting run ups, to be fair. But
Well, you're not
Mendy,
allowed to.
he got a touch to it again.
He did. He got there. Yeah, it was just high enough.
And upset now, Mason Mount, one of the forwards at last for Chelsea. No, it's not.
No, that's Ross Barkley.
Ross Barkley, who came on to take one, clearly. He's still a forward, though. So that's more like it, at least.
Come on, Allison.
If Alisson saves this, Liverpool are at match point.
Yeah.
It's a
Nope.
good penalty from Ross Barkley.
Yep.
It's the only touch the ball he had in the game, but it's an important one.
It's in Liverpool's hands, though. If they can
It'll
just
be-
score the
it will-
last two, doesn't matter what Chelsea
It
do.
will be It'll be match point Liverpool.
Yep. Trent.
As Trent Alexander-Arnold steps forward. Of course, scored a penalty in the EFL Cup final because every Liverpool player did that day. No misses. He is a set piece specialist, but as we said, Mendy does take some beating. Trent Alexander waits the referee's whistle. There it is.
Beautiful.
And puts in the bottom corner. Match point Liverpool.
No doubt.
Chelsea must score to stay in the competition.
He scores some goals.
Let's go. There was Liverpool hit the post twice. Actually, Chelsea at the crossbar as well.
As forward comes Chelsea.
Jorginho.
The man for the big occasion, but of course has missed his last two penalties in this stadium.
He'll do a step, I'm sure.
We just saw a quick glance at Kenny Dalglish and that Ian Rush, both of whom know how to take a good penalty. Jorginho against Alisson Becker. Chelsea must score to stay in the FA Cup. Scores the other side of the goalkeeper. Liverpool, now it's 4-4. With Liverpool take one penalty. Who will step forward to take the crucial penalty for Liverpool? It's Sadio Mane.
Didn't he score the winning penalty against Egypt to win the African Nations Cup?
He did score the winning penalty against Mo Salah's Egypt.
Virgil
van Dijk, Andy Robertson looking on from the sideline. Both things substituted. They can just watch and hope now. It's not in their hands.
I've never seen this before on penalties. The Liverpool goalkeeper is giving the ball to the Liverpool player.
It happens a lot nowadays, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I hadn't noticed that in previous ones.
Some goalkeepers in goal like to give it to the person, just like try to psych them out. But Alisson handed the ball to Sadio Mane, who has carried the burden of Liverpool's front line all game long against Edouard Mendy.
Oh!
Saved! By Mendy! And we're in a sudden death.
No, you're not getting a high five. No.
And we're set back level again.
That was a poor penalty.
That was a good save by Mendy at the same time.
It wasn't in the corner. Not a good penalty. Telegraphed a little bit as well.
Weird thing, Graham, is that Mendy goes the wrong way. Everyone says great penalty.
Sure.
So staying forward for Chelsea now is Hakim Ziyech.
Oh, there's a
We have flares on the pitch.
Why do they always do that?
To show that they're Chelsea fans.
So Hakim Ziyech against Alisson Becker. Referee is waiting for the flare to be removed from the pitch. He will not start. He's not blowing for a whistle until that flare's off the pitch.
Ziyech's getting iced, or the equivalent, whatever the soccer equivalent
by his own fans.
Yeah.
Ziyech. Good penalty.
Becker went the right way, but match point Chelsea.
It's a really good penalty and an extreme pressure.
You're a funny guy.
And forward steps Diogo Jota of Portugal. A man who has justified his price tag in the last 18 months. and we take into over 3 hours of a live broadcast here on Radio Tekkers for the second time this season.
Yeah.
Diogo Jota against Edouard Mendy.
Good
penalty from Diogo Jota. Into the top
doubt.
corner. That's a confident penalty.
It's a tie. 5-5.
There are Liverpool fans there who are literally like holding their breath almost. It's a really good penalty as well. Mason Mount steps forward. How much pressure is on his young shoulders?
Yes!
Saved by Allison! It's an acrobatic save by Allison Becker, who punches the air and points to the sky. That's for his father.
Mount was going to miss. He just hasn't had a good game. I thought if anyone was going to miss, it might have been
And it's match
him.
point Liverpool.
Not a good penalty.
Really good one-handed save.
One of the bars.
You predicting Liverpool going to hit the bar on this one? All right.
And forward steps.
Or it's blocked.
Costas Tsimikas.
Or it's the little worst kick.
Late birthday present.
Liverpool's auxiliary left back. The honorary Greek Scouser, as Graham calls him. And rightly so.
Mm-hmm.
The little Greek pit bull against Edouard Mendy of France. Tsimikas.
Yeah.
Goal! Liverpool won the FA Cup!
He sat down and started chillaxing.
Whew.
Dad, he sat down and started chillaxing.
Fantastic penalty from Costas Tsimikas. Already a cup hero. Where does this take him? The flares explode. The fans going crazy. The Chelsea fans head for the exits. Graham, your thoughts, please.
That's the double, right? Hopefully they'll still be more this season, but that's a great start. I got a feel for Chelsea. I think Liverpool were the dominant team, and I think they deserve to win. But you got a feel for Chelsea. They've played 2 really good cup finals. To make it to 2 finals and to come away with nothing, I kind of feel for them a little bit. I know in sports you don't normally sympathise with the other team, but they've had a lot going on this year. Liverpool have definitely been the better team over both finals. But another close game, another exciting game, and as I said earlier, time just flew by. When you said that was 3 hours, I'm like, that's ridiculous. And I had to, even the maths teacher had to look down. I was like, yeah, he's right. That's 3 hours. That's crazy.
It was amazing. And that's the run, unfortunately, for Mason Mount goes on.
And Henderson there taking a moment to talk to Mason Mount.
Because it's on. It's on the shoulders. I believe that's Andy Robertson. His understudy is on his shoulders. So yeah, full time here at Wembley. Chelsea 0, Liverpool 0. After extra time, Liverpool wins 6-5.
There's a lot of flares on the field now. There's like
flares everywhere. Scamino almost French kisses the camera, and the security are trying to keep the Liverpool players away from the crowd. That's not going to happen. You got a feel for Mason Mount, who's now lost 6 Wembley finals in a row.
Wow. That's not a good statistic.
Not exactly, because of course he was involved in the European Cup final, of course, here for England.
Yeah.
Last year, of course. What a moment. The only person who missed for Liverpool was Mane. And it wasn't a good penalty from him. Thankfully, Liverpool were able to rally. Klopp fist pumped the crowd. We are running over 3 hours of coverage here. So at this point, we are going to take this moment to thank you all for watching. Thank you for joining us on this 3-hour journey. If you're watching on demand, thank you for doing that. Thank you, Cody, for your squeaky toy as well. Graham, why don't you do a quick plug for us for Good Cop Bad Cop and your good stuff, where you can get in touch with you on Twitter.
Oh, sure, yeah. Follow me at MGB Graham for indie wrestling content and at Good Bad Wrestle. So you can catch me and Matt every Sunday on Visionaries Global Media. And yeah, as Jackson said earlier, give JGB_Jackson a follow, particularly if you're a baseball fan as well.
Excellent. Of course, don't forget to follow Mags on Twitter at PodFarMags and on TikTok at MagsAllPods. Don't forget to follow us at Radio Tekkers and also follow Tanner if you want to at Texas Gentleman _ and of course myself at Matt.UK. I'm back tomorrow with Tanner for West Ham Man City and then run up everything else that's happening around the country in terms of football. 3 hours later, we finally got a winner. Liverpool win thanks to Kostas Tsimikas. Thank you very much for watching, guys. This broadcast has been in tribute to Andrew Harris. We're out of here, guys.